well organized as a top order bat, reliable.
Was a bit of confusion. Palmer was run out, if you remember. He took them off his legs, batting with Hugo Tanny Kelly. Ruben Wilson, he was outstanding in their second game. His first game he was a little bit nervous, but I thought in game 2 for Ireland he was right on the money. 2 slips in play.
Right, here we go. Gets that shape. Well, we have a keeper and slip cordon that sounds like a great law firm. Ogilvy, Bates and West. The fees are quite high, but that's what we've got. Ogilvy, Bates and West.
You started well, Wilco. You've started very well. You must have had a good night's sleep last night.
Oh, I did, don't you worry about that. But it's the cauldron of this wonderful ground, the National Cricket Ground here in Windhoek. Slashed away. That might have enough on it. It might well have enough. It does now. It's Sam Hazlitt who's come into the side. That was a despairing dive. This ball flies on this turf, and let's not forget that it's been burning under the sun.
Well, Hugo Tanny Kelly's not going to miss out. He's in great touch. We've lauded his technical prowess throughout the tournament. He doesn't miss out. You bowl a bad ball, he generally puts you away. He's a good gap finder.
Oh, that's an absolute beauty. And even the thumbs up from Hugo Tanny Kelly, that's nice sportsmanship. But Wilson, for me, is a key man here for Ireland. He can't bowl many bad balls to their top scorer.
Oh, look at this ball shape. That's a beauty. It's just angled in. It's not wide of the crease. It's mid-crease, which is a beautiful pace to release the ball, and it just holds its line. It's too good.
Hugo Tanny Kelly got the 100 against Sri Lanka, a brilliantly compiled innings. That's your channel. It's right there for Ruben Wilson, who's playing in his 3rd ICC Men's Under-19 World Cup. Ruben, I think for Ireland, you know, the cupboard is looking well stocked, and I really do like what Ruben Wilson brings to the equation.
Yeah, you feel 2026 can be a massive year for Ruben Wilson and Ollie Riley. Ireland obviously at the T20 World Cup next month. They'll play their games in Sri Lanka. Potentially a very big summer for the Irish senior men's side, with lots of exciting tours potentially on the table, so keep an eye on this youngster.
Just about perfect where you're bowling in that channel.
Nice boy.
Forster Mutizwa from Zimbabwe, the best goatee in Windhoek, that is. So he's standing, and our first look at Faisal Afridi from Pakistan. Big fella. I think he might have been a fast medium. But in good hands today. Dayton Butler, our TV umpire. Perfect. And it's flown past that second slip. Hazlitt. Good arm. Very good arm. First over's gone. 5 for naught. Isn't that the most picturesque, beautiful setting for a game of cricket? Ollie Riley, captain of the Ireland Under-19 men's team. His economy's good fraction over 5.5.
Well, this is the matchup that Isabel Joyce spoke about at the pitch report. Riley v Tanny Kelly. She did mention he'll nip it back in, but just starting it a little bit too straight. I thought Ollie Riley against Sri Lanka just set the tone. He set the template. He was aggressive with that new ball. He got it to move away from left-hander and attack the stumps of the right-hander. There's a real buzz out in the field. I must say, you can hear the chitter-chatter from all 9 fielders and keeper through the comms box here.
Bowled. Perfect. That ball just holding its line, but Ollie Riley can get the ball to shape away, looking for the outside edge of the bat as well. You're attacking both edges of the bat.
This is Ollie Riley versus Sri Lanka. Picked up Vimat Dinsara and Viran, 2 bigger scalps in the Sri Lanka side, you would suggest. So a good day's work from Ollie Riley.
Flicked, using the pace of the big fast bowler. It's 4. Just lost his line, lost his length. You can't give them early gifts like this. You've got to apply the pressure straight away.
Well, it's been very evident, Wilco, since that first game when Hugo Tanny Kelly got the 100. It was a wonderful innings, but he did take his time. Got there right at the last minute. He was much more aggressive against Australia, and already today he's put a short ball away and then a lovely clip pickup for 4. So yes, confidence is good, but the mindset, he's obviously feeling a little bit more aggressive in his setup.
One slip has been taken out, so immediately Oliver Riley's gone a little bit more defensive in his thinking. But how about this for innings? This was a century for Tanny Kelly against Sri Lanka.
Yeah, beautiful technique. And the real key here is just look, he's scoring on both sides of the ground. So he's not dominating. Sometimes under 19 cricket, you'll see a player really prefer one side. And that was right at the 11th hour, as it were. Well played.
Too wide.
Yeah, the slip coming out, I'm not sure Wilco would have taken him out, because Ollie Riley took the slip out as soon as he bowled the leg stump half volley. You know, that's just a poor ball, and the captain himself will know that. He still feel like this first, I said it every day, first 30 to 45 minutes, that's when your best chance of getting nicks, and the ball will move around. They nick one now. If Hugo Tanny Kelly nicks one to a regulation second, you'll be kicking yourself.
Yeah, you can't set the field for a bad ball. Perfect. Wonderful delivery. And that's the point that Niall O'Brien is making. If you have to rely on your bowlers, and if you're the skipper, you have to rely on yourself. So you're giving yourself a better chance with 2 slips in, though. That's outstanding.
You know, Ollie Riley generally trams the ball back into the right-hander. Got a mid-wicket. Rob O'Brien is mid-wicket, just hovering into maybe potentially catchy position for one that's flicked uppishly.
Oh, umpire's gone after him. Faisal Afridi has said that's a wide. So every ball so far is Hugo Tanny Kelly has faced. Nihar Parma has been watching from the non-striker's end.
Tight call from Faisal Afridi. Let's have a look at this. That blue line's a guide, just on the outer. Yeah, fair enough, Mr. Afridi.
Good shot. He's played that on the up. It wasn't really as full. It wasn't a half volley. 2 gone, 12 for naught.
Take over down. Time is 12. Unknown.
So the power play, the first power play, first 10 overs, no more than 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. 2 slips for Wilson. And Nihar Parma hasn't faced a ball yet. He'll be itching to get down there.
Good cricketer, Nihar Parma. I spoke to him this morning. Lives in Mount Maunganui. Plays his cricket in the Mount, and from time to time gets the ball to Kane Williamson, who also lives in that vicinity. So that's a nice batter to bowl to and to ply your trade. He said conditions here are slightly different than the Mount. A bit more to work with for the wrist spinner here, he said.
Nicely played. Tanny Kelly is continuing his great form in this tournament. That sounded good off the middle of the bat.
Well, just racking my brain, Hugo Tanny Kelly. Trying to remember if he's given a chance yet. Out off a no ball. Well, I wouldn't say that's giving a chance, because he's got great hearing and he heard the call. But yeah, he's been, well, there's been some wonderful batters, but he's been up there with all the other nations. Wonderful start to his tournament.
What did you think of this pitch? I know you gave us your thoughts pre-match. What do you reckon?
Well, it's hard, dry, very dry. Not the grass that we've seen in the initial games was a lot thicker. They've used the verticutter, Wilco, which is basically a thinning device. So you take up the dead roots from underneath and through the grass, remove them. So I think it might be a little bit faster than we've seen in the early stages of this group. First time we're reusing a pitch number 4.
Bowled, attacking the stumps. Well, once again, I'm just looking, the occasional ball, the keeper, Freddie Ogilvie, he's taking it around his ankles. Now look how deep that first slip is standing. Are they a little bit too far back, Nobby? I don't know.
Well, first slip is definitely tighter than he was in previous games when we highlighted. Definitely not quite as deep as he has been. A good template for wicketkeeping, Wilco, is to start close and then move back, as opposed to starting back and moving in. So from my career, I always try to get as close as I could, and then if the bowler pushed me back, so someone like a Boyd Rankin, 6'8", he push you back, and you can move back. What you don't want is to start too deep and then a nick to fall short. It probably won't fall short to the keeper, but the slips are getting their gauge from where you're standing, Freddie Ogilvie. So you have to be brave and get a little bit tighter, a little bit closer.
Bowled. And better from the bat. That is outstanding. Hugo Tanny Kelly. My word, that's exquisitely timed. 18 for no wicket from 3.
After 3 overs, scores at 18.
Barely a breath of air today. The 31 degrees Celsius here in Windhoek. Not going to get much respite throughout the day here. And guess what? Nihar Parma is going to face his first ball after 3 overs.
No!
Hugo Tanny Kelly is in sublime touch. Everything's working in unison. Everything is going in the right direction. Not overhitting. Trigger is good. The elbow, that Left elbow. Have a look at this left elbow. Oh, beautiful. That is a... you will not get a much better straight drive than that.
Well, I would think Niha Parma, who's been very reliable at the top of the order for Japan, he's probably just thinking, well, hang on, I've got to just reset here or start my day again, because he's been watching everything from the non-striker's end.
Yeah, he's run out in their last game against Australia, 33, and that's when he was batting with Hugo Kelly. So I'm sure they've kissed and made up, as it were.
Well, they might have made up. Bold. Hasn't happened, has it? Not much has happened with the ball yet.
I think that was a very big toss to win. I really do. I think to win the toss and bat first was the right decision. Cato Stafford get runs on the board. 2 games so far, they've batted pretty well. They've made 201 and 184 versus Australia and Sri Lanka. This is going to be the weakest bowling attack they're going to face, albeit Ireland's strength is the bowling. Get 240 on the board on a pitch that's been used. Ireland will be tired after fielding for 3.5 to 4 hours. I think don't aim too high. Don't get greedy, Japan. Try and get to 230, 240.
Oh, nasty. Good stuff from the captain, Ollie Riley.
Well, first signs of aggression. And I think Ireland need to be a little bit more aggressive with this new ball. They've been a little bit floaty. And that's better. Just to get the fielding side up and about. There's a nice trigger movement, Wilco. He does like to press on the front foot, but he's a useful player, the short ball. We've seen him pull and hook nicely.
Pretty good one too, that. The short one, then the full delivery.
My name is Hugo Kelly. I am a top order batter and I am an off spinner, and my favourite player is Travis Head. My favourite shot is a cover drive.
Well, if he plays half as well as Travis Head, we're in for a great display today. And Kelly, his cover drive is pretty useful. There we are, on cue. The best cover drive that Japan can produce, and it comes from the bat of Hugo Kelly. 23 for no wicket from 4.
After taking over, ladies and gentlemen, after 4 overs, scores are 23 for no. The run rate is on 5.75.
The 2 teams, Sri Lanka and Australia, having qualified for the Super Sixes. Sri Lanka, Australia play tomorrow here. That's your length. Tempting for Niha Parma. That's where Ruben Wilson's strength is, to bring those 2 slips into play as well.
Yeah, it's a loose shot. There's no need for Niha Parma to play that ball. All he's going to achieve there is just nick it through to the keeper or slip. He's looking to run it down to deep third. Let that ball go through to the keeper. Shoulder arms. Know where your off stump is and just play accordingly. But it was better from Wilson.
Oh, outstanding from Ruben Wilson. Now, on another day, that's found its way to the keeper or first slip.
Glove. Pretty sure is the lower hand, yeah. Bottom hand. So actually just takes the pace off the ball. It's a great delivery. Extra bounce and seam. Gotta thump the pitch. Been too full. Ireland been too full today. Floaty, looking for swing. You still got to hit the surface. That's a lovely reply from Ruben Wilson, because it's a little bit fuller, and Nihat Palmer's footwork wasn't quite as it should have been. He did well in the end of batter, but it was probing from Wilson. Have a look. No feet there, and that was due to the previous ball, which ripped his glove off. A good bowling.
In the end, he played it quite well, because as he's gesturing there, he could see that it was the extra bounce. Played it quite well. It's a good contest, this, between these two. So Tanny Kelly's played 21 deliveries this morning. Nihar Parham's played 7.
Doesn't matter. Partnerships.
Yeah, that's exactly, and that's when we watched Ireland against Australia. Rob O'Brien was batting, and he needed batters to stick with him, and he didn't take chances in that innings, that 79. This is the same pitch as that.
The key here for the Ireland bowling attack, Wilco, is to build that bit of pressure. How are you going to build pressure? Keep Tanny Kelly off strike. Even, you know, 1 from 8 Palmer, he's not under a great deal of pressure, but what he will do, if Ireland can bowl more balls at Palmer, keep Tanny Kelly off strike, because Tanny Kelly, the nick he's in, will be itching to face as many balls as possible.
And there is a leg spinner in the Ireland team today, young Sam Hazlitt. Just a fraction too much down that leg side from Ruben Wilson. 23 for no wicket, 5 gone.
I continue the power play. The scores are 22 runs to none. Yapama after 9 balls first, it's got 1 run. Danny Kelly after 21 balls first, that's got 20 runs.
Ireland, Japan today, and our final match in this Group A is Sri Lanka, Australia here tomorrow for bragging rights. Who finishes top of the group? Should be gone. It is gone. Sam Hazlitt takes the catch, and it's the big man. It's the one they wanted. The run scorer, Hugo Tanny Kelly, the skipper, has struck first.
Well. The big man, Ollie Riley, angles it in. Have a look at the length. It's a good length. Tanny Kelly trying to work it leg side, a little bit of a leading edge, and that ball seemed to hang in the air for an eternity. Hazlitt into the 11, pouching safely. All of Ireland held their breath. Hugo Tanny Kelly, one of the informed batters of this tournament. It's the slowest walk-off ever, gone for 20. 23 for 1.
Oncoming batsman, is number 45, Nikhil Paul.
So Ireland remove the danger man here in Windhoek. Hugo Tani Kelly is gone, and it's Nikhil Paul, the left-hand bat, who, tell you, he hasn't got a run. He's had 2 noughts in this tournament. Huge pressure then on the left-hander.
Well, against Sri Lanka, he got a fairly rough LBW decision. I will back him up there. Round the wicket, Riley.
I like this from Ollie Riley. And his tail is up, and this is what he did against Viren in Sri Lanka.
If you keep an eye on Ollie Riley's release, he often, Wilco, just runs his fingers slightly down the left-hand side of the ball. That's why he pushes the ball in. May have just held in the surface somewhat. Tani Kelly just turning the blade too early.
He's off the mark in the tournament. Big cheers coming from the Japanese dressing room as well.
Well done, mate, well done!
Slightly up center, slightly up, down center. Thank you.
It's the captain there, Kazuma Keto Stafford. Back over the wicket, right-hander. Bowled. He's attacking the stumps here, Ollie Riley. He's leading from the front for Ireland.
Let's have a look at this release position, Wilco. Give me your thoughts on the wrist especially.
Yeah, it's a good load up. And you're right about that wrist. You see the shape of his wrist. He's pushing that seam, if you think about it, down towards fine leg. So the seam is darting in. There, like that. Good spot, Niall O'Brien. That's why you were a wicketkeeper. Eagle-eyed. 6 gone, 25 for 1.
After an entertaining 6 overs, ladies and gentlemen, the scores are 25 for 1. Run rate is on 4.16.
Hugo Tani Kelly is gone. That's a welcome sight for Ireland. Nihar Parma, Nikhil Paul to regroup. Bowled, beautifully bowled. And now this will spur on Ruben Wilson. Just for a couple of overs, you felt that Ireland were wasting this brand new ball. But the skipper has done well. He's got a streak of aggression, Ollie Riley.
Well, they both have, actually, Riley and Ruben Wilson. They're not afraid to make their opinions known in the middle, and I don't mind it at all. It's done in aggressive intent, but with respect to the opposition. But they are certainly confident in nature.
Right, this is Ruben Wilson. Now he shapes the ball away from the right-hander. Now look at the seam. You see the seam is absolutely, well, it's virtually perfect. That is, his 2 fingers on the top of the seam. His thumb is the rudder underneath the ball. And it's shaping towards that first slip. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's why there's been such huge raps about Ruben Wilson for many years, Wilco. Because he can bowl at good pace, he's tall, and he's got that wrist position, and he has good control over the seam. But the last 9 balls, 10 balls, they've been much better on. They've been more aggressive in intent. I think maybe the first throws they were looking for swing, just searching a little bit. settle in now. How Ollie Riley uses himself and Ruben Wilson is going to be key, because often he doesn't bowl long spells, but actually now's the best time because of the weather to bowl a long spell.
Uppish. And a backward point in business if they're going to go after those wide deliveries.
No Luke Murray in the Ireland team today, which is a little bit surprising. He's bowled the most overs of any Ireland bowler in this tournament. He's the best economy rate. He's generally been threatening with that, his brisk medium pace. Extra batter in Bruce Whaley, and the leg spinner of Hazlitt. So slightly different makeup to the last game. The big thing Ireland are missing also is no finger spinner, just to give you a bit of control in the middle overs.
Yeah, it's a good leave by Nikhil Paul. Not tempted into the shot.
Yeah, I mentioned Nikhil Paul. He got that. It was a difficult LBW decision to accept as a former left-hand batter. It was pretty sure sliding down leg side, and then he got a great ball against Australia. First ball, what a beauty that was. Will Byram got him with an absolute peach through the gate.
Oh, is it pitched long? Has he hit it? Whatever it is, the umpire says it's not out. 7 gone, 26 for 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 7 overs, our scores are 26 for 1.
Changing the bowling for Ireland, Thomas Ford. A lot of effort from him the other day. Got through his 10 overs in serious heat here at the NCG.
Ford is on the money straight away with his first ball. We're really going to find out with this Japan side just how much depth they have without wonderful talent of Hugo Tani-Kelly. Really has been a revelation in this tournament. But he's back in the sheds. It's now up to this pair. Well, that's beautifully played in the end. Got on top of that, all the way along the carpet.
Well, Mel, Ireland have been potentially a bit guilty of bowling too full this morning. Looking for movement that hasn't really been there. Not so much from Tom Ford. That's a bit of a hit-me ball. Short and wide. Nihal Palmer doesn't need asking twice. Puts it away through that backward point region. I really like what I saw from Ford the other day. There wasn't much of that.
It's another good delivery. Just jumping up. Palmer's had a couple of those. Targeting his fingers. Yeah, just that bottom hand. It's coming in for some punishment. Palmer's been quite steady. Umpire calls wide. He's been quite steady as a contributor for his Japan side. Scores of 23 and 33. They're going to need more from him today. It's another lift up. When he gets that line right, he's got that length. The ball just leaps up off the deck.
Seeing the wicket of Hugo Tanikeli, the big wicket for Ireland. He's been immovable in this tournament. Over 320 balls faced before being dismissed. Rightly disappointed, but he's had a fantastic competition. I'm sure he'll reflect on that once he gets back.
A big hat tip as well to our own Isabel Joyce, who picked it before the match that one bowler who might be able to trouble Hugo Tanikeli was Ollie Riley, the captain. Well, he was captor, he captured the wicket.
I'm not sure who was more pleased. The Irish captain in the middle or the former Irish captain back here.
Waited on that one, nicely played. 8 overs gone, Japan 32 for 1.
Eight overs now. 32 for 1.
Well, Hugo Tanikeli, third in the list. Ben Mays with that 191 yesterday against Scotland was brilliant, but an even 200. Impressive effort from Hugo Tanikeli.
Word for Ben Mays at the top of that list. He had 191 yesterday against Scotland, falling one short of Viran's record for highest score in a men's under-19 World Cup. Regardless, in cricket we do tend to focus on the negative. Might be one short of the record, but he's top of the list for run scorers in this under-19s World Cup. Looks a serious player down at Hampshire. Played a couple of games in the Blast this year. He'll be looking to kick on this season.
Lecky just struggling to find his line. A reasonably quiet tournament. Hasn't taken a wicket yet. Dearly love to get ticked off in that column. The better line, he's got the ball moving away, but he's just tightened it up a bit.
Yeah, Mel, just going back to Hugo Tanikeli's innings. We haven't spoken about him enough. It's interesting how he changed his approach across this tournament. And in that opening game against Sri Lanka, when he turned up off the penultimate ball of the game, he was a lot more circumspect, attacked 40% of the deliveries that were bowled to him. Against Australia, 70%. So he's clearly grown into it, and that was a very similar approach today. A lot more forceful, a lot more proactive. Now, rather like that from Nihal Palmer. It's a loose, wafty drive outside the off stump. Lecky getting a bit of movement. Yeah, Tanikeli was happy to try and take on the Irish bowlers. Now, it's tricky when you're playing in these opening overs, when you've got two men out, the opportunity to score a bit more freely, when there are a few more gaps there. You wonder whether the promotion up the top of the order slightly messed with a winning formula for Japan. Not much to criticise Tanikeli for in this World Cup. And I wouldn't go as far as to say that. As a young player, he's still working out his rhythm. Something to think on.
Good looking shot, can't pierce the field. Real test now for Japan, having relied so heavily on Hugo Kelly, but it's also an opportunity for the other players to make contributions, make a name for themselves today. Big prize on offer for these two teams to continue on in the Super 6 stage of the tournament. Beautifully carved. Just get the single though. 9 overs gone. Japan 34 for 1.
After 9 overs, ladies and gentlemen, the scores are 34 for 1. The run rate is on 3.78.
Line from forward, so good. Palmer knows that he can get ball to just really kick up off the pitch. He's been hit in the hand a couple of times. Like Ford, he runs in so hard, he almost ran himself into the ground in his last match. It's very hot here. The low 30s, it gets up there during the day and builds up in humidity.
He's been impressive. Ollie Riley and Ruben Wilson have come into this tournament more touted, but Ford's been consistent in the amount of effort he's put in, and almost as consistent with his areas. Naturally going to bang it in. He's a tall guy. Found a nice bit of movement from back of a length. He'll be looking to get the same to Nikhil Polhill while this ball is still relatively new. It just played quite quickly so far, as the groundsman suggested.
That's an example, isn't it? That little bit of movement, the good bounce. Nikhil was in two minds there.
Lovely angle from forward, and there's a little flourish at the end there. I think Nikhil's trying to sell us that he was leaving that ball. I'm not fully convinced myself. No, that's exactly where Ford wants to be from that length, cramping the left-hander.
That one goes in the air, but lands safely. He's causing him all sorts of trouble, Ford. It's that good bounce. He's a tall man and just enough seam movement.
Tighter line, that one. Not able to get his hands through it. Was never thinking about attacking it, but he's just tried to drop his bat on it to defend. Just got a bit big on him again. Top of the bat. Ford and him are in a good battle here.
Yeah. A little bit fuller, and he deals with that. Ireland overall have got some really promising young seamers in this side. To impress so far. I was actually surprised not to see Luke Murray, because I thought he was excellent.
I wonder whether, with the word of the groundsman or the curator saying it's going to play a bit quicker, they wanted to keep that extra bounce of Ford, of Ollie Riley, and Ruben Wilson's been the pick of the quicks. So maybe that's why he's just missed out.
Good problem to have, but for Nikhil, Ford is not a good problem to have. He's causing all sorts. 10 overs gone. Japan 37 for 1.
That's the end of the power play, ladies and gentlemen. The field restrictions have been lifted. After the power play, the scores are 37 for 1. Nia Palmer is on 11 after 30 balls first. Paul is on 2 after 7 balls first. Run rate is on 3.7.
Second power play underway now. 4 fielders allowed outside the ring. Not surprisingly, Ireland have only opted for 3. They want to keep attacking. With the field up though, Palmer manages to pierce the gap. Highlights of the first power play, not surprisingly, mostly to do with Hugo Tanny Kelly. That was a glorious shot. He really is an exciting talent. But he ended up chipping. Ollie Riley. Now it's up to the others to see if they can keep it going.
Stylish shot from Nia Palmer for no run. Story of the first 10 overs. Japan moving along to 37 for 1. They've been consistent in these opening stages. 40 for 1 after 10 in the first game. 33 for 1 in the second. They reach it 1 down once again. Not necessarily the most explosive top order side, we'll see. But they've been consistent in building a platform. Confirmation there of the change to the fielding restrictions. Ollie Riley allowed to put 4 men on the fence. For now opting just for 3, and I think it's because of that sedate start. Been able to build pressure. His seam attack have bowled well so far, himself included. Now, content to try and keep Japan on the back foot with men in the ring.
Palmer's been dogged, but you see there, 13 off 34. It's what you're talking about, Ben, that tight start. And without Tanny Kelly in there, just need someone to push the score along. Lots of support, wonderful jerseys. I'm giving it to Japan. There are some beautiful kits. Theirs is the best.
Particularly like that one on the left there. I know it's not the playing jersey for this tournament, but that was a lovely bit of business as well. And we've been blessed with some good kits. Group A. Enjoy the Australian one myself. Ireland's not at all too shabby either. Yeah, I'm interested in that. I'll have to send someone out to go and do a bit of bartering for me.
Tim Moore's parents there, supporting their son and looking magnificent. Check out the sunglasses as well. I love those. Sunglasses on the head, rising sun on the sunglasses. Someone has a pair of those, I will take 2. 11 overs gone, Japan 40 for 1.
After 11 overs, ladies and gentlemen, Japan is on 20 runs for 1.
Well, huge match this in terms of the tournament. That is a fantastic shot, my word. Palmer, thanks very much, he says. Over the shoulder and all the way.
His 2 favourite strokes are the cover drive and the scoop shot. Something for everyone. This is excellently played. Gets down nice and late. Doesn't give Tom Ford too much of a chance to adapt. Flick of the wrists. give it a bit of oomph and get it all the way over the rope. 6 runs, Nihar Palmer. It's looked tidy so far.
Is out that time. Just a look here at the tournament format. A huge game. The top 3 teams from each group progress to the Super 6 stage. That's what these 2 teams here, Japan and Ireland, are playing for today to go third. And then a Super 6 phase will start with 2 groups. The 2 groups here in Windhoek, Group A and Group D. Basically, if you finish top, you'll play the team that finishes 2nd and 3rd in the other group. So you play the team that's not in the equal position. Very important to remember too that we see the other game happening in Group D, you carry over points. Carry over points and net run rate. So it's a huge advantage to finish first. Really sets you up.
Also a huge advantage to have a net run rate like Sri Lanka's there. So you get the double benefit of coming top and playing the slightly weaker teams in the other group, but also bringing through the benefit of your performance. Is that other group across the way? Afghanistan qualified top. Fantastic performance from them. And South Africa and West Indies battling it out to try and come into that 2nd spot. Just thought it was worth highlighting now how recent it is that Afghanistan being top of that table above South Africa and the West Indies. No surprise at all.
Oh,
Been magnificent in the last few years, and this under-19s crop seems to be no different.
West Indies 50 for 1 after 10 next door. But here, well, I'll tell you what, Ford has been terrific, and this has been a great battle. Palmer did manage to get him over the shoulders, scoop him for 6, but he's just been really examining Palmer. It's been a great battle. "12 gone, Japan 47 for 1.
Trouble was down. The scores are 47 for 1. Run rate is 3.92.
Brilliant, isn't it? Those fans under the trees, they just have to crane their neck one way and the other. 2 internationals.
Interesting stage of the tournament for Adam Leckie, this. Ball in hand. Came into it with a strong reputation, expected to perform with bat and ball. Has been quiet so far, wicketless in the first 2 games. Had a handful of runs. He started nicely here. Not the same pace as the other seamers, but he's been accurate. And just as I say that, he loses his line down the leg side. And that's probably been the issue for him in the opening games. At his pace, he does need to be on the money. Started nicely today. You've got the pressure being built by Ruben Wilson, by Ollie Riley, and previously Luke Murray. It's really important that these 2nd change, 3rd change bowlers for Ireland keep up that pressure. Japan only 1 down. They can't afford to give them easy opportunities to score.
Winning!
Keeping the pressure on. He'll have a lot of international support, Adam Leckie, too. Obviously, Belfast boy, but he's played at Randwick Petersham in Coogee, on the eastern beaches of Sydney, Randy Peats, as it's known. Beautiful ovals in the world. So he spent some time in Australia. Support from both countries. That makes up for it. He's got his first wicket of the tournament. Leckie strikes, and you can see the emotion. He wanted that.
Adam Leckie finally delivers. He has bowled his heart out. Tough conditions here in Namibia. And finally, Nikhil Pol just pops one back to him. Well, it's his first bowl of the tournament. As they say here in these parts, Mel, lekker from Adam Leckie. Nikhil Pol, he's had a tough tournament. Two ducks followed by 2 runs. And 48 for 2.
2 runs after 9 balls for him. He's being replaced by the next batsman. JPN, ladies and gentlemen.
Ben Jones, Leckie. Might have to give some credit to our producer Rory as well. And obviously our camera operators for finding that. Well, take a wicket, bend your back, son. Just a little bit too much.
Spoke about his lack of pace compared to the other seamers, and I think that's what's done for Nikhil Pol here. Just threw the shot. No real conviction. Poor connection, and straight back. And look at the celebrations. He really has bowled his heart out. He deserves it. Lekker, Adam Leckie.
It's been an interesting over, a little bit of a mixed bag. Obviously, the wicket is the main thing, and the one that he'll be especially happy about. There have been a couple of wides in there as well.
Yeah, wickets and wides for Adam Leckie, but I think he'll take this after his wicketless previous performances, and he does seem to have found a couple of extra kph with the dismissal behind him.
Whoa, well, what a shot that was from Charlie Harrahins. Wow. Bit of swashbuckle there. Brings up the 50 for Japan. What will be on this young man now?
That's a serious throw of the bat, second ball of your innings for Charlie Harrahins. It's there to play, it's a wide delivery, field up on the offside. So it's a sensible option in many ways, but an aggressive one from the young left-hander. He needs to try and launch a bit of a counter-attack for this Japanese side.
What?
Successful over for Leckie, takes his first wicket of the tournament, and after 13 overs, Japan 51 for 2.
Taking overs down, ladies and gentlemen. The scores are 51 for 2. The run rate is on 3.92.
Well, what can Japan do with Tanny Kelly back in the sheds? The three Harrahins brothers, maybe they might have a say today. It's Charlie at the crease now. Paul Palmer has been steady, just getting himself settled at the moment. Samuel Hazlitt, the leggy, coming in playing for the first time in this tournament, took the catch to dismiss Tanny Kelly.
Saw 50 overs of pace from Ireland last game. Spinner into the game in the 14th over. Test out this NCG surface. It's hot. Let's see if there's any turn.
Here's number 4, Samuel Hazlitt.
Yes, kid, yes, kid.
Not a bad start for the leg spinner. Always nervous. We've seen a few of these young leggies struggling in their first over. Nathan Koure drifted a bit full, drifted a bit short, and then took 3 for. Sammy Hazlitt started rather better.
Going straight on. It was quite interesting to see Ireland bowl all seam in their previous game. It was a long innings as well. It went for a full 4 hours and they were exhausted.
Yeah, I wonder whether that's almost as much as the tactical reason of having the spinner in the side. To get spinner, also just get through the overs a bit quicker, give the seamers a bit of a rest, or give the batters a bit of a rest before they go out for the second innings. There's leggy on leggy action here. Nihar Palmer's done rather well with the ball in hand this tournament.
Watch him scoop it now, boys.
But the leg spinners union suspended for the time being. If it's there to hit, he's going to take his fellow wrist spinner down.
Well, not afraid to give it some air is Hazlitt. Toss that one up. It's a little bit of turn there on offer for the last ball, but maiden over for Hazlitt first up. He'll be happy. 14 gone, Japan, 51 for 2.
14 over down. Scores at 51 for 2. The run rate is on 3.64.
Round the wicket for Adam Leckie, who bowls with a lot of gusto, I would say. He really does pound the deck when he gets it right. I like what he brings, Isabel Joyce.
I think probably the surprise for Ireland has been that he hasn't had more of an impact in this tournament so far. He's their premier all-rounder, whereas we've actually seen Ruben Wilson and Ollie Riley show up more as all-rounders so far. So he'll want to put that right today.
Not quite there for Charlie Harrahins. A wonderful moment, isn't it? You know, that you've got 3 brothers playing in the same side. Charlie's the eldest, and you've got the twins underneath him, Montgomery and Gabriel. Gabby, they call him. Parents must be so proud watching this. Well, every parent, of course, but more often than not, you've got that insurance out there, the deep point.
A big family contingent, and for the parents, you're not getting pulled here, there and everywhere. Everyone's on the same team. You can go and support them all at once. And I wonder as well, being a twin myself, it's difficult when one of you's being picked and the other one's not. Obviously, it's better when you have different skills because then you're not in direct competition. But it is nice when all three can be in the team together.
It's very delicately poised, this match right now. You're feeling that both these teams, they're sparring. Now it's 52 from 14.4. The scoring rate is 3.5, so Ireland will be happy with that. Japan, obviously the setback of losing Hugo Tani Kelly. So they're regrouping, and this partnership using up balls to get a score on the board. 4 from 14. Get the feeling for Ireland it could be. Oh dear, that's a boundary. That's Ekstra was the safe fielder, but the non-fielder. A slip in the field.
Moving to the left, it's a difficult place to field mid-off, mid-on. Generally, when you're in an Irish team, your club or you're representing, you're fielding in the more high-traffic areas, but just didn't actually get down early enough. Didn't time the roll, so that'll be disappointing. You could hear from the bowler, who's probably the best fielder in the team, Lecky, he was unhappy with that.
No!
There again, he can try too hard. So I think at the game right now, after an hour, we're just at this critical stage. And Ireland, they've got to work hard. They've got to concentrate here, Izzy. Future stars. Gosh, this tournament and this group has unearthed a few. Think of Will Malachek for Australia for one. My goodness. Bold. He's got him. He has. Perseverance has paid off for Adam Lecky.
Seriously frustrated. A couple of deliveries earlier, then over-tried and went back. And the final delivery of his fourth over to what's been working well. Pitched it up. Palmer went after one too many. Ogilvy just about reached him. And Ireland going into the drinks break, they'll feel they're on top. The patient Nihar Parma goes for 24. Japan 57 for 3, and it is drinks.
And that brings us to the drinks break, ladies and gentlemen. It's now time for the drinks break.
Devolt Brevis in the 2022 tournament. He was the standout player. Scored an impressive 96 against Ireland to help the South Africans to an important group win. Brevis was the top run scorer in the tournament, 506 runs at an average of 84. No one has scored more in under-19 Men's Cricket World Cup. There you go, South Africa 315.7. This was in Trinidad, Ireland, 158. Ruben Wilson playing. You see that? 2 for 59. Ruben Wilson, that's his first ICC Under-19. He played 24, and this is his third. South Africa won by 153. Devolt Brevis also got a quick-fire 75 last night in the SA20, and it means that the Pretoria Capitals are into the final. Right, Isabel Joyce. I just felt, Izzy, that Ireland getting that wicket has just given them a lift at the right time.
Well, he tried this shot a number of times, didn't he, Palmer? And this time he didn't get close enough, didn't commit to the shot, and just that little bit of movement away from Leckie did for him. He'd been so patient up until that point. I feel like Japan now, there might be some heads dropping on the sideline because they rely so heavily on Tanny Kelly. He's scored 180 runs before today, now 200 for the Japan team, but the rest of the team together have scored 162 runs at an average of 12.46, with them getting dismissed every 23 deliveries. So somebody else has to put their hand up today. It's not going to be their main man.
To say as well that for young Sam Hazlitt, it's a good chance, a good opportunity for him to bowl, because he's got the two Hara Hinds brothers in. Monty, I'm not sure how much time he's had in the middle. Charlie is the senior player, the left-hander, and you've got Monty, his younger brother here, Montgomery. 29 from 51 in the last match. And I think this is, for Ireland and for Samuel Hazlitt, the perfect time to bowl, because he's got virtually two new batters in the middle.
Spot on, and it's a stern challenge as well. Good understanding between these two. Left-right hand combination. But I do absolutely love the finish of his action with the hand, because you often see it a lot coming from the back leg, a lot from the wrist. For him, it feels like the fingers really putting a lot of action over the top of the ball, which helps him get some drop on the ball. And with that, while you're being forced onto the back foot, he gets extra bounce. Have a look at it. It's a good approach, nice angle, good back knee drive, but it's that at the end, the hand is doing the work. Gets good follow through. So while you're on the back foot, he's not giving you much width. He's not actually turning it that much sideways. It's more about the drift in and the bounce.
Oh, yes, kid, yes, kid.
He's a very experienced cricketer, Charlie Hara Hinds. He's played for the senior men's Japan side. Here we go, let's have a look at this action from the side.
A lot of the time for leg spinners, they can be more on the back leg at that point. You get good transfer from back foot to front foot. And the reason why he gets people in trouble is, as I said, because of the drift. I'm sure we'll see him again. We'll talk more about it. 16 gone, Japan 60 for 3.
The 16 overs scores 60 for 3. Run rate required. The run rate is of 3.75.
16 overs gone, 60 for 3. Japan winning the toss, batting first, and Ruben Wilson's going to have another spell here now. 4 overs for 12 in his first. He did ask a couple of questions with his opening spell. I don't think he was at his very best. So possibly he feels now that he can make a telling contribution. Ruben Wilson. Well, I think that's been given a wide. Just got to keep your eyes fixed on this, Izzy. What do you reckon, Izzy?
It's actually quite difficult to keep your eyes peeled with these on.
Where are you, Izzy? Oh dear. The things we do. Is this in your contract to wear these?
Well, they ask if commentators are impartial. I'm Irish, but wearing the glasses. So there you go.
Right, and we're waiting for the Irish glasses to come. Can you see anything through yours?
Just about. That's why they're so close and trying to see through these gaps. There you go, the Irish, they generally bring the style. That's Daniel Murray there. Missed out on this tournament.
Shot. He's launched that over cover.
Yeah, Daniel Murray, twin brother to Luke Murray, so there could have been two sets of twins in this game if he wasn't injured. He's got a stress fracture, but heard great things about that young man. He found out he was injured before the squad got selected, but he had the driver's license out of the two of them, so he continued to drive his twin brother and some others to training all the way up into the World Cup, and he's been their #1 supporter.
Oh, what a great story that is.
Waiting, no.
The Armstrongs, their son Callum not playing today. I got to chat to Callum Armstrong a couple of nights ago. We were trying to persuade him to maybe take on a few more veggies and fruit.
We've got to ask, so his diet's not very good, is it? What is he, nuggets, chicken nuggets, is he?
Well, it's his birthday today, so we won't slag him off too much. Turned 16, but no, he goes to boarding school. As a young teenager, as we so often hear, he likes a lot of beige food.
Beige, I like that. Not too many greens in there, no.
I was asking him, look, tell me what's your, what did you eat today? Talk me through it, and there wasn't a lot of fruit and veg, but I think he had some tomato at breakfast, so he felt he'd done his due diligence.
Yeah, gosh. What's that book? We are, or you are what you eat. Very much. Now then, now we're talking. Niall O'Brien can't be far away.
Waiting, no.
I was actually asking Darren Nicholl, the physio for Ireland, about Callum Armstrong. What was happening? Do you remember he went off, he saw him in tears, and they were touch and go whether that he'd come back on. He apparently went off, they put a cold towel over him, he went to sleep.
That's a fantastic story. He was exhausted, wasn't he? Absolutely mentally and physically at the end of his tether.
Pete Johnson on the right, Nigel Jones on the left, and there's Albert van der Merwe behind Darren Nicholl on the left. He was the physio I was talking to. I said, is it okay? Can I mention that? He fell asleep. He said, all the teams are doing it. You're exhausted from the heat. Oh, that's a beaut. Angle in, take it away a little bit closer. I'll tell you, you're going to have to play at that if you're Monty Harahins. He's dealt with that well.
Great wrist. Ruben Wilson has such a good wrist position to deliver that ball. you know, if you've got that wrist, if you've got control, if your mind is steering its thoughts to your wrist and you let it go with such a strong wrist, you think of some like in days gone by, the Richard Hadleys of this world, Kahiso Rabada. And Ruben Wilson is a huge admirer of Kahiso Rabada. You can see why. It's looking stroke, but it's only one run. 17 gone, 64 for 3.
After an entertaining over, ladies and gentlemen, the score at 64 for 3. 17 overs down, the run rate is on 3.76.
This is a huge contest in Group A, Ireland against Japan. A couple of decent opening partnerships for Japan, but they needed one of them to go on. But you've got to give credit to Ireland, the way that they've stuck to their guns here. It's again, fearfully hot. And this is young Samuel Hazlitt, the leg spinner, who I think has shaped up pretty nicely.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been calling for spin. I was talking to Nigel Jones before the game and Albert van der Merwe, and they said one of the big problems, I mean, we spoke about it, 5 seamers, just such a long period of time to be out in the field. So then you're coming out to bat, you're sapped of energy. Young leg spinners just trying to take some time out of their fielding innings.
Haven't gone anywhere.
Nice, Sammy, nice, Sammy, nice, Sammy.
Bowled, well bowled. Little more air. Ball gripped the surface.
Lovely. Too full for that shot as well. So always good as a leg spinner when you feel like the batter's not picking your length.
Hi, I'm Samuel Hazard. I'm a batter leg spinner and my favourite player is Joe Root. My favourite ball is the googly.
Favourite player Joe Root. Favourite ball the googly. Does he bat? I mean, how well does he bat? Sam Hazlitt, if you bat like Joe Root, you're in for a long career. There's the googly.
From Bonsglen in the northwest of Ireland, a very proud cricketing area near Donamana. Andy McBride's from there. There's the googly over the top. Well read though.
Bowled. Squeezed out with a sort of 45-degree bat. 18 gone. Japan 67 for 3.
Eighteen overs down now. The score at 67 for 3. The run rate is on 3.72.
Right, other matches. Group C in Harare at the Takashinga Sports Club. Zimbabwe are in trouble, 57 for 5 against Pakistan. And here, alongside us, West Indies 90 for 1 against South Africa. That's another big contest in the destiny of the teams in the Super Sixes. Afghanistan have been the standout team there. But here, that's on the HP Oval right next to us.
Big game that, West Indies and South Africa pushing for second spot, and it's not just about who you play against, but can you bring points with you? 2 big points up, not for right now, but for Super Sixes more so. They both know they're through. Who's going to carry points through?
Bald. Freddie Ogilvie, very neat behind the stumps for Ireland.
A confirmation. South Africa and West Indies currently on 2 points, and one of them is going to add 2 more. Afghanistan way out in front with 6. They've been the most impressive. Tanzania, well, they'll play out in the last place against whoever comes in 4th here. That'll be in a couple of days' time. Another big competition, that.
He's not playing in this game. He's up on the other field. 91 for 1. West Indies against South Africa. There you go. That's these 2 wonderful cricket ovals here in Windhoek. Real estate of cricket, Namibia.
Waiting, no.
Do you know what? We've got kind of used to it here, haven't we? You forget what an amazing complex this is. 2 top-class cricket ovals right next door to each other. Spoiled here in Namibia.
And when you go inside here, this I won't say clubhouse, this building that houses the high performance center, it's got meeting rooms, convention center, the dressing rooms, the boardroom. There's a series of photographs which shows you that from the 18th of January 2024 was when they first started building this ground. Think of that. 18th of January 2024. So only in 2 years we are playing on it here. Cricket Namibia, take a bow, because this is just one of the most magnificent setups here. And I know that Jay Shah, the ICC chair, has been here. He said, quote, "I'm blown away by what I see here in Windhoek." There you go, look at it. Isn't it magnificent? We're on the top one, on the top of your picture there, the HP oval, the high performance oval is the other one, and we're on the National Cricket Ground.
Happy birthday, Callum Armstrong, 16. It's Ruben Wilson's auntie who's holding up the happy birthday 16, Bridget Wilson. Come all the way from New Zealand to support her nephew. That's the end of 19, Japan 70 for 3.
Overs now, ladies and gentlemen. The scores are 17 for 3. The run rate is on 3.68. Once arriving after 14 balls first is on 6 runs. And Achali Parainze after 16 balls first is 8 runs.
Ruben Wilson has just left the field. Might just go and get a cold shower or something. It really is fearfully hot. But Samuel Hazlitt here, none for 6 in 3. Just finding a good rhythm. It's his first bowl in the tournament, and it's good to see.
I always think if you come in late in a tournament, you haven't been selected for whatever reason, and I think they've brought him in not just because of the team they're playing against, but because it's a used pitch. You've got a point to prove. You're trying to say, I should have been in all along, and you're trying to say it with your performance. Very important to have a leg spinner at these conditions, 31 degrees, but the breeze is down. That's going to have a big impact on the game as well, so that usually cooling breeze is gone.
James West at short extra. You need your fielders to back you up. And you know, if you've pulled off a stop there, one, obviously you've stopped the 2 runs, but also your bowler feels better for it.
He's usually an excellent fielder in there. I reckon he was setting up for the catch and then wasn't in a position for the half volley. Just the two Bruce Whaley managed to tidy up behind.
Gone. He has gone. Marco Bates at mid-on. And it's a great strike for young Sam Hazlitt. He's picked up his first wicket in this Under-19 World Cup.
So consistent up until that point. And then the drag down. How often do we say it? The leg spinner, the poor delivery is the one that gets the wicket. O'Harahin's looking to beat mid-on. Just doesn't get any of it. The placement not there, and there's all the support of the families and the siblings. They're delighted for the young man. Monty Harahins goes for 8 from 18. Japan 72 for 4.
Feel that was a much-needed strike for Ireland. And it brings in the captain, Kazuma Kato Stafford. And Japan now 72 for 4. Ireland chipping away, and a first wicket for Samuel Hazlitt in this tournament. Kazuma Kato Stafford, another left-handed bat. Forward down now, Japan, who opted to bat first. Skipper's in here now with one of the more experienced, in fact, probably the most experienced player, Charlie Harahins.
Get the slip in. You've got the googly. Ireland need to go on the attack. Slides it across. Made 19 and 0 in the 2 games. Here's the wicket. Just got onto him a bit too quickly. Couldn't place it, couldn't get the elevation, couldn't send it for 4, as he will feel looking back like he should have. And they're dancing in the crowd. That's Aoife O'Brien, sister-in-law to our co-com, and that's Ollie Riley's mum, Nikki, who was showing her dance moves. Well, 20 overs gone. Ireland possibly slightly on top, 73 for 4.
20 overs down. The score is 73 for 4. Our run rate is on 3.65, ladies and gentlemen. Let's enjoy the cricket.
Towards you. A bit, just a touch, legs come.
Ireland's bowlers on top at the moment. They've been going their way ever since Hugo Tanny Kelly fell. Can the skipper inspire them? Well, Ford has done this several times. He just gets that ball to lift, gets so big on the batters.
Yeah, good, strong, tall action. Drives over his front leg nicely. Lovely carry. Now Ireland sensing this is the opportunity to really strike. Slip going to go in. I like that from the captain, Ollie Riley. Get a catcher in.
Just tweaking, they're putting their catchers in position. Ireland are hunting.
Well, Games ebbed and flowed, but the second passage certainly belonged to Ireland. Leckie with a caught and bowled. Lovely bit of movement. Not the best ball, Hazlitt has bowled, but gets a reward. So picking up 3 in that 10-hour spell. A big tick in the green box.
Gets the top edge. It's high in the air and just plugs in between the fielders.
Marco Bates was at long leg and he charged in. Ogilvie was also interested, the keeper. Say when the ball goes in the air, it's the keeper's ball, but I think on this occasion, fine leg was best placed to charge in. Just dropped bang in the middle. A little bit of fortune for Cato Stafford.
Japan scoring at a very similar rate in the 2 phases, but that second phase losing 3 wickets. Good one for Leckie, hadn't taken a wicket in the tournament so far, took 2 in that little period.
Oh, you fuck.
Well, that's poor batting. Charles Harrahins. Have to look what's happened. They've lost 3 wickets for 24 runs. Sometimes you have to soak up a bit of pressure. That is not good batting. You nick that one through to the keeper, your coach will be very unhappy. Good from Ford, unsettling the batter, using his natural attributes, that tall frame.
I'll just get the single to finish off, but a good over from Ford. After 21, Japan 75 for 4.
21 overs down. Japan was 25 to 4.
Ireland continuing with spin. It's been a good start from Hazlitt.
He's bowled with nice control for a wrist spinner who's coming into the side for the first time in the tournament. Obviously been working very hard in the nets. Boyd Rankin, who's up in the northwest of Ireland, the former Ireland fast bowler, speaks extremely highly of this young wrist spinner. Doing good things, Boyd Rankin. Back at Cricket Ireland, he's coaching up in the northwest and casting his eye over up-and-coming fast bowlers and some of the senior bowlers, so good to see Boyd Rankin really applying his knowledge that he gained over a long period of time for Ireland and in Warwickshire, Derbyshire, Middlesex and briefly for England.
Well, gets the thick edge. Managed to get a single. My favourite photo of myself is interviewing Boyd Rankin. I look ridiculous as we just see that edge just once more going across. I look like Frodo's little sister as I reach up to him with my mic. It was rather similar to Isabel Joyce interviewing Ollie Riley this morning.
Well, I'll try and find a picture for you that will top that. Boyd Rankin standing beside an Indian jockey at Kolkata Racecourse during the 2011 World Cup. Back of the hand. Boyd Rankin had the opportunity to start the race. He was a starter in Kolkata. It was, I've got it somewhere. I'll try and rustle it up. It's a cracking picture. 6'8", 4'2".
He likes the sweep, does the Japan skipper. 22 overs gone now, 79 for 4.
After an entertaining 22 overs, ladies and gentlemen, Japan are 79 for 4. The ground rate is on 3.59.
43 balls since the last boundary was scored. And unless they can find a way to score some more, it's going to be pretty hard to get that rate up there. Just again, Ford has been so impressive. He'd be a terrible poker player because you can see the effort on his face every time he runs in. He's giving it all, but his ability to just utilise his height and just get the balls to spit up has been really impressive.
I'm going to say he's a bit of a free spirit, young Ford, and I'll come back to that in a second. Very well bowled. First day of school. Your first day of school, he lost his trousers. So he had to spend the day in his cricket whites. So I don't know how someone on the first day of school can lose their trousers, because I'm not sure what he went to school in. But anyway, they were lost and he had to go through all his lessons for 8 hours in his cricket whites.
Yeah. Well, it's well played, helped on its way. It's protection there. I bet you he's going to be really happy to know that you've told that story to millions of people around the world.
My insiders, my mole in the Irish camp, she was giving me all the inside goss. Good. He's been excellent. He really has. He's been a reliable performer for Ollie Riley. Complements Riley and Ruben Wilson nicely. The middle overs of a one-day international, you've got to slam the pitch. This is the kind of period of play when, with the new field change and having less men outside the ring, the game changed somewhat. I think of Liam Plunkett back in 2019. His sole job, Liam Plunkett, was to come in the middle overs and thump the ball halfway down with some cutters and variations, try and create something out of nothing, and Ford is doing a similar job here.
Second time he's got the outside edge, slower ball. Liam Plunkett's cross seamers in the middle overs was one of my favourite things of that World Cup.
Yeah, Pudsey, as he's known, lives in Philadelphia. Doing very good things, Liam Plunkett. The development of cricket in the United States. Top man. Very good cricketer. Bowled good pace. He used to bowl 90 mile an hour, Liam Plunkett, in his youth.
Yep. Well, that's played nicely off the hip. And finally the boundary drought is broken. 23 overs gone, 85 for 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 23 overs, was scored 85 for 4.
So this pair just starting to open up a little bit. It's a long period without them finding the boundary, now trying to get a little bit more aggressive. Hara Hinds, he loves getting down and slashing the ball over extra cover. This was the captain, Cato Stafford. It was just a rare poor ball from Ford. Well, that was a terrific delivery from Hazlitt. And he liked it too. Wouldn't mind seeing this again.
First ball that's really gripped and bounced. Beautiful leg spinner. Pad up onto the helmet, Ogilvy. We are using a pitch that's been used before, so first time in this group that we're reusing a pitch, and we're just seeing first signs of a little bit of grip and wear and tear. Ogilvy catches one on the helmet, but he's absolutely fine.
Well, he gives that one plenty of air. Cato Stafford actually nominated the sweep as the shot that he's known for, so he'll fancy himself to take on the leggy.
Yeah, he'll be gutted there because that was a juicy full toss. He should have been whacked. In the end, the bowler gets away with it, just a single. Should have been dispatched onto the bank.
Follows up with the googly. Been really interesting stuff from the young leg spinner from Ireland. Playing in his first match of the tournament so far.
No.
24 overs gone. Japan 90 for 4.
The scores are 90 for 4.
Well, the partnerships have been modest. Pull up the top in the 20s. Well, that is put down. It was a chance. Goes for a baseball swing. Dijkstra dive forward, just couldn't get there.
Well, did it carry? Length again, slammed into the surface. Yeah, should have been taken. I thought watching it live, it just carried. That should have been pouched. Hits him deep in the hand. That's a missed opportunity. Board again. Excellent use of the surface in the middle overs. Thumping the ball in, asking the batter to put some pace on the ball. He should have been rewarded here, Ford.
Like I said, he'd be terrible at poker. Disappointment obvious. Great contrast at the moment, having Ford bowling in tandem with the leg spinner. Couldn't be much more different. You've got this big, tall seamer herring in, banging the ball in hard, and at the other end you've got the leggy who has found a bit of turn and bounce.
Yeah, I just wonder, can Ollie Riley maybe get himself back into the attack here? He's only bowled 3 overs, Ollie Riley. I feel like while Japan are going slightly on the defensive, bit slow, might be a good opportunity to get the captain himself back into the attack, maybe with a slip fielder. Try and crack it open here, make it, stick 2 on it. Yeah, having a stretch, good. Stick 2 on it, Ireland, you get Japan 100 for 6, and then you're right on top. Don't let the game drift in the middle overs. Ford's doing a great job.
The weapon, that short ball for Ford. A well-employed one.
Yeah, all effort, excellent. Difficult shot for Cato Stafford to try and drag it from so far outside off stump. All you're going to do there is get a top edge, and deep square leg is in place and a fine leg.
He likes playing that shot, just using the pace, pulling it around the corner with control, but hasn't really had the power and timing to clear the fence. Halfway mark, Japan 92 for 4.
Japan is 92 for 4.
Well, Niall O'Brien's prayers have been answered. The captain, Ollie Riley, is coming back to bowl.
Yeah, good call. Really good decision, this. And he's got a slip in play as well, which I like. Ollie Riley, generally, his action favours bowling to left-handers from around the wicket. So I really like this from Ollie Riley. He senses an opportunity. An opportunity to really strike. Get a couple here, Ireland, and you're right on top. Captain to captain. You like that? AC/DC, Hell's Bells, Cato Stafford. That's his walkout tune. What a band. Bit of Akadaka. Good single. A bit of AC/DC.
Obviously, you can see me in the mosh pit, can't you, Niall? His cricketing family, by the way, Cato Stafford. Sister, Ayaka, was called up into the Australian under-19 side as a 15-year-old. She might be one to watch out for.
Well, not getting in line here. Charlie Harrahins, he stays very leg side. We saw him bat against... Saw Charlie Harrahins back away to Ford earlier in the day. He does like playing the cut shot, but even now, right now, he's staying leg side of the ball. That's only going to bring the outside edge into play. Got to try and line that ball up better here, Charlie Harrahins.
Well, he whips his hands through that one on almost a chance. It was a terrific effort in the outfield. Ruben Wilson, he is a gun in the field. He has had a really good tournament in the field for Ireland. The big effort.
Well, we mentioned Charlie Harrahins. He loves that cut shot. This is an outstanding effort from Ruben Wilson. You're a big fast bowler, backing up his captain. Good shot, though. Really good shot. Cut and cut powerfully.
I always feel it's a bit unfair on really good fielders. It's one thing in the game, is that a really good fielder can make something look like it's an actual chance just because they get into position so quickly. And then there are other fielders who might not get there, and it won't go down if they get a fingertip, won't go down as a missed chance.
You think of someone who feels in that position in the world game, Fabian Allen. He is probably as good an outfielder as there is in the game. Generally makes the ground up and catches that most people wouldn't get. 26 done, 97 for 4.
Go Westy.
The problem for Japan is they need to get a hustle on. Currently going at 3.73. They want to put up a competitive total. Their other problem is they're 4 wickets down.
Here we go, boys. Watch him stop the game for some reason here. Kids chanting too loud for him.
Well, just enjoying this chat through the stump, Mike. Wicketkeeper Freddie Ogilvie is having a little word in the batter's ear, Cato Stafford. They feel like he's delaying the game intentionally from time to time, and the keeper letting him know. There's plenty on this game. Tension is high. James West into the attack. It's
Here we go, boys.
an interesting call. He has bowled a couple of overs previously in the tournament. The game was pretty much done and dusted then against Australia.
There you go, that's 3. 3 more. 3 more and a 1.
Ireland really changing their tactics today on this used pitch, bringing in the spinners.
Wait! There you go, 2 more.
12 off 24. Captain under pressure here, Cato Stafford. Building pressure on himself, but also his partner, Charlie Harahins, who's looked a little bit more fluent.
There is so much riding on this. The winner going into the Super Sixes.
With Charlie Harahins, the field he's got to try and take on. Mid-off is inside the ring, and West isn't a huge turner of the ball, so actually if he wants to be aggressive and go over mid-off, just right to your screen there, that's a good option.
No, 1 ball to get a boundary.
Not giving him much to play with, is he? We've seen him get down on one knee and play that lovely aggressive shot over extra cover. He likes to do that. How's that missed? Not by too much. Lucky not to chop on, but that's good fielding out there on the boundary. Dateshred is out there. He's been in the action. And all the action here as Japan bring up their 100 to 27, 100 for 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, after entertaining 27 overs, scores 100 for 4. The run rate is at 3.7. That's a stop after 35 base runs. 15 runs. And Harahins after 35 base runs.
Well, the run rate has remained fairly consistent and have upped it a little bit. They've brought up their 100. It's been hard going, and a big part of that is that Ireland have just bowled really well. I love that bit of air guitar from Ollie Riley. He likes a bit of Akadaka as well.
Some running repairs and some work to the Japan batters who maybe just had a little bit of cramp or a little bit of an injury. Physio's been out there, just had a quick chat. Ollie Riley, he also likes a bit of Hell's Bells Akadaka. Highway to hell! We're on a highway to hell. Come on, Vintook! Gotta enjoy your work.
Lovely punch through the covers there from Japanese skipper.
Bowling from the northern end. Here's number 20, Oliver Riley.
I think you can really hear Cato Stafford getting frustrated, but he's also being hampered by, it's like some tightness in that leg.
He's lining the ball up a lot better against pace. Seems to prefer the pace of Ollie Riley as opposed to playing against spin. Like Ollie Riley's field, he's got a catching cover there. Rob O'Brien is close and he's in the batter's eye line. .30 balls, 22 without loss, so not bad for Japan. Just a bit of a comeback here.
To bowl that one again.
Good keeping. Freddie Ogilvie behind the stumps, very tidy. Very good keeper. His dad was an excellent keeper. Stephen Ogilvie, who plays for the Ireland over 40s. He's not shy of a word on and off the field. Another wide down leg side. Oh, is there a bit of pad? Yeah, I thought it was a wide. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Basil Afridi. Thought about maybe, he thought a little bit of pad, but no. Yeah, good keeping again. Ollie Riley a little bit wayward here. Just needs to tack that off stump, drag his length back a little bit.
And better line, I was about to say, but just a little fielding error. Wins that one.
Can't be won. Samuel has it. He got to get tighter. You can hear Ollie Riley say, can't be won. And Ollie Riley was correct. Never a single there. You know Cato Stafford and Charlie Harrahins are quick between the wickets. They've got good understanding. You've got to be on the ball in the ring.
I was just hurried through that shot. He'd thrown that ball before he picked it up, hadn't he? Two big games going on in Windhoek today.
No!
Good finish to the over from the Ireland skipper. 28 overs gone. Japan 106 for 4.
After 28 overs, the score is 106 for 4.
Nice little partnership, this, between the captain Cato Stafford and Charlie Harrahins. Forming something of a recovery for Japan, who haven't had it easy today, but they're clinging on. 106 for 4, just after the halfway point of the innings. James West continues.
Nice, James. Nice, James.
Landed it nicely so far, Isabel Joyce.
Two quite different leg spinners, aren't they? James West is a fully grown adult, he looks like. When you meet him in person, you wouldn't know he was under 19.
Harahins just beats the infield. On inside out over Bruce Whaley's head, who's recovered. Made a good effort to try and chase it down. We'll have a look, see whether he was successful as they scamper through for 3 regardless.
He's a keeper batter. There's 3 keeper batters in this 11, so he's in the outfield. Bruce Whaley, I think when he looks back, he'll be disappointed with the effort. The timing of the jump was the problem. And just here, he went too late. And he's in the action. Oh, how close was that if it had hit? This is the catch, and yeah, he didn't get his feet in position quickly enough to jump at the right time.
Yeah, just got his timing wrong there. Conservative from Harahins this time. They've swung the leg spinner around. Sam Haslett was operating from the other end. West bowling from the south end.
Well, that's better contact. Brilliant. The width we've seen Harahins enjoys when he's got given a bit of width, helps himself to 4.
He's looked to go through that zone consistently throughout this tournament. Charlie Harahins, strong inside out. West has been a touch wide so far. His length's been solid as a leg spinner. Not quite got it tight into the left-handers off stump. Get another go now, though. Clearly in the action again, but this time, once again, Harahins survives. Into the 29th over, Japan 115 for 4.
29th over, our score is 118 for 4. The Bravo is on 3.97.
Captain Ollie Riley to continue for Ireland. 5 overs, 1 for 25 so far. He's bowled nicely, as he has throughout this World Cup. They'll be looking to make an incision here. Tidy start. To bowl Joyce. Saw this a few overs ago. Charlie Harahins, who's looked fluent, picking out Seb Dijkstra in the ring, and it went down. It's been a story for Ireland this World Cup. Less than 60% of their catching chances have been taken. They're down the bottom of that table, with Japan, it has to be said. Do you have any theories about why that may be the case?
Flayed away for a single. I've got a couple. So one of them I mentioned earlier, which is that when you're the top player in your province or your club domestically, you tend to find yourselves in the high traffic areas, which are mid-wicket, point, on the boundary. So if you're at mid-off, mid-on, it's unfamiliar. Certainly something I found later on in my career. I found it very difficult to field at mid-off and mid-on because I just hadn't done very much of it. It's a very different feeling how you see the ball being approached by the batters. The other one is that, I mean, you have to have noticed the sky here, Ben. We've got 1 or 2 clouds now, but earlier on it was just incredible blue all the way across. And so when you're coming from a country like Ireland, where you generally have a lot of cloud cover, you have a good depth perception. You get that from the cloud cover. So when you're picking the ball, the white ball out of the blue sky, it's very difficult to actually figure out how quickly it's coming at you, how high it is. And so I think that's why a couple of these catches have been put down.
Ollie Riley digging that one in. Well, I don't think I'll be complaining about the weather here in Windhoek anytime soon. But no, it's interesting, different conditions. Yeah, it's not just the heat, it's, as I say, the backdrop, picking the ball out of the sky. Ireland have struggled. Clear area for improvement, but they are banging this contest. Do the old double at 30 trick. Japan are looking at somewhere around 240. That 4 in the wickets column is the concern, you'd have to say. Nicely defended by Charlie Harahins. Quite a bit of footwork from skipper Riley as well.
The rebuild is on. It's interesting to see where they do get from here, Japan. This is the best partnership by quite a way this inning so far. 45 from 63. Next best was for the second wicket, 26. We did wonder how they would fare if Tanny Kelly didn't come off. It was bound to happen at some stage with their players putting the hands up.
I'll have to bowl that one again, Oliver Riley.
He's struggling with the rhythm of his action, and that's the problem with a front-on action like this. It's the timing of your arms and how you get them up and down that could be difficult in comparison to, say, in comparison to Ruben Wilson.
Ruben Wilson struggled from the south end. Would skipper pull rank and choose his end, or Ruben Wilson, the senior bowler, 3 World Cups to his name? Hard to know. Just struggling a little bit here, Riley. Try and get out of his over. Perfect. Much more fluid action. Finishes his 6th over. And Japan, after 30, are 118 for 4.
After 30 overs, the score is 118 for 4. The run rate is on 3.93. That is top over. After the first 32 balls, 18 runs. IRE after passing for 6 balls, 3 runs.
Strong breeze here at the NCG in Windhoek. Leg spinner Jimmy West to continue for his 3rd over. It's a slightly dropped off delivery there. Generally had good control. Better than in the opening game against Australia, it has to be said, where he didn't look comfortable at all, James West. Now, was that half a chance? Cato Stafford skipped down, trying to manoeuvre the leg spinner. Got a fair bit on it. It's more than half a chance. That is a huge opportunity for James West. No! To dismiss the Japanese captain, and it's gone begging.
Yeah, he's disappointed. He's a very good fielder and good off his own bowling, James West. Those are tough, that height around your knee. But I think he'd back himself 9 times out of 10 to catch that. Lots of family for Ireland over. We've seen them full of voice, lots of dance moves, but unfortunately James West's parents, Regan, I should say, and Caroline haven't travelled because his granny broke her hip last week. So if you are watching, we're thinking of you. We hope you're enjoying the coverage.
Drop short again, James West. Harry Hinds drops out, drops back, sends it out to the fielder Marco Bates in the deep. Absolutely, Izzy. It's been a wonderful family affair this week. All the various aunts and uncles and mums and dads for the Irish team. Best wishes to those of them who can't be there. Drops back again. Cato Stafford. James West in with a shout. He finishes his 3rd over. Japan, after 31 overs, 120 rather, for 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, the partnership between Cato Stafford and IRE is on 48 after passing 68 balls.
Adam Leckie into the attack. 2 wickets to his name so far. Looking to pick up from captain Ollie Riley from the north end. Very tidy start from the all-rounder.
Good idea to keep it tight to Harry Hinds because he's been out there for a while. This couple have spent the entirety of the last 10 overs building this partnership, 45 for none. They've had their luck, but they've rode it as well. Anything wide, they're happy to help themselves to. And they're not going to lie down as they try to set up this platform for the back end of the Japan innings.
Charlie Harahins is not going to die wondering. He's played a lot of shots in his 49 balls today. Confirmation the last 10 overs the most productive in the wickets column and the runs. 45 unbeaten for Japan, and they're just getting a bit of a stranglehold in this game. Ireland won't be worried, they're on top right now. Building a bit of a platform, Cato Stafford's side. Harahins, you'd say, is the key if he's going to take advantage of that platform.
No.
Slower ball from Adam Leckie there. Chatting to the groundsman on the boundary rope a few overs ago. He's delighted with how this pitch is playing. Used surface, but it's played true, it's been consistent, but it's had a bit of pace in it. Leckie maybe not best of the Irish seamers to exploit that. Been a really good surface here at the NCG. Magnificent facilities, both here and at the HP Oval across the road. Eddie's not going to die wondering. He sends that one out to the fielder in the deep just for one. Harahins is looking, 30 overs gone. He's looking to explode.
Yeah, slightly too straight. He'll try and take you on leg side, a little bit of width, and he'll go through the offside. Where he struggles a little bit, Harahins, is when it's tight to his stumps, on off stump, middle stump, but a good length. The pitch as well, what you can tell from a seamer like Leckie is if it doesn't hold in the pitch. It doesn't hold in the pitch. If you don't find yourself going through the shot slightly too early as a batter when he's bowling that kind of length, then you know it's a true surface.
Ollie Riley has left. Big gap on the offside. Cato Stafford, if he so wishes to try and go up or through cover, he's got to be on the money.
Yep.
It's a little tight that time, a little bit leg side. Tucked away down for one. And the 32nd over. Japan 122 for 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, the partnership of Cato Stafford Harahins, ladies and gentlemen, is now on 50 upper spaces with 4 balls.
Partnership up for Japan. Very nicely played from Kazuma Cato Stafford. Just getting down, gliding it round the corner from the leggy James West. It's been a lovely recovery, the captain, alongside Charlie Harahins. A balanced affair so far. They've been consistent, just sitting in. We've seen in these last few overs, they're just looking to kick on now. Nice from West. Guilty of going a bit too far to the offside. The leg of the left-hander. He's managed to pull his line in a bit tighter. Great to see some Japanese support here. Enjoyed your glasses earlier, Izzy.
Took a bit of getting used to. The first few deliveries didn't see them too well. That's exactly where you want to be to Harahins. I feel like he's bowled the correct line to the wrong batter. He's pushed it across Harahins, who's very good when given any width. And for Cato Stafford, maybe slightly straight. He looks more comfortable when it's at his stumps, as you generally are if you're a taller batter. Find it easier to go down the ground.
Tidy again from West. Different kind of bowler, Sam Haslett. A bit more up and over, a bit more dip.
Saw him in the warm-up practicing bowling to left-handers, so I think the plan coming in was when the two lefties were in, he was on.
Harahins dances down the track, meets it before it's even pitched, and dispatches it for 4. Straight down the ground.
Well, he had to take evasive action, Cato Stafford. He almost got pinned on the helmet. Read that beautifully, Harahins. Mid-off still inside the ring, so the carrot is there. He's willing to take the bait. There he is. Sorry, don't worry. You missed him just about.
Squirms that one away, Harahins. Slightly less aesthetically pleasing. He'll come back for a couple. Well, he's played well, but don't take out the captain. Japan 131 for 4 after 33 overs. And we'll have a drink.
Ladies and gentlemen, the score is 131 for 4. The round average of 3.97. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the drinks.
.33 overs gone. This crucial Group A encounter between Ireland and Japan. Beautiful Namibia cricket ground here in Windhoek.
Well, the early strike was the one Ireland were looking for. The man in form, Hugo Tanny Kelly, dismissed by Ollie Riley. But in Nickel Paul, things kept going the wrong way for him. He was the second to fall. Nihar Parma not too far behind Adam Lecky's first wicket in the tournament. And then the first wicket for Hazard, who comes in today, caught at mid-on, but it's been the couple that have been out in the middle since then who've been rebuilding for Japan. Kato Stafford on 23, and it's that partnership you see down the bottom. Charlie Harahins, who we've been expecting big things from, joined by his captain. They've added 59, and they're looking to add plenty more. 17 overs yet to go in this innings. How high can Japan get to?
Well, as we just saw, Adam Leckie with 2 wickets to his name. He's going to continue from the north end. His 6th over. Kato Stafford jabs down on that one for 1, brings Harahins back on strike. Isabel Joyce, we're witnessing a bit of history today. It's only the second time any Irish side have played any Japanese side. Previous time, women's ODI back in 2003. When I was doing my research, I thought I'll have a glance on the scorecard, and a name stood out straight away. C. Joyce, but not I. Joyce. Adam Leckie has to reload. Yeah, why weren't you involved on that historic occasion?
Do you know what? We can go over at innings break and ask Pete Johnson, who's coach of this under-19 side, because he was the coach back then of the women's team. I can't remember. Why was I not in the team? Dropped, obviously.
23 years later, good to know you're not bitter. Lovely contact from Harry Hins, but no run.
Well, I think if I was bitter, I'd probably remember the circumstances around not playing. I do have a lovely jersey that I'm sure Mel Farrell would be very jealous of that I got from one of those players that day, a pink long sleeve number. It's staying in my closet though.
Stressed Australian sounds coming from the back of the commentary box here. As Lecky continues. Oh, he fancies that, Adam Lecky. He's rarely gone to the short ball. Not the quickest of the Irish seamers, but he's dug that one in and bent his back, and that zipped through.
Generally when he's angled it in, it's gone on into leg stump, but that one just held its line a little bit, and there was a bit of a sound. I think that's what Lecky, what encouraged him to turn around and ask the question. And if you don't ask, you never know. It's always better if you're not sure to check with the umpire.
This surface is offering a bit of help for the seamers when they do dig it in. Keep the batter honest. Gone again. He's got the line all wrong, and Charlie Harrahins can swivel, send that down to the fine leg boundary for 4.
Well, the previous ball, I said he's been generally, when he bowls it in, it's continued on its line, and this is more like what we've seen when he starts on middle, goes down leg. Against Charlie Harrahins, just zone in on that off stump. Force him to do something. He's not happy to face dots. If you'll stay in full at off stump, don't give him freebies, make him take on that tight extra cover in mid-off.
Line off again. He's not got it right this over, Adam Lecky. On a bit fuller, still not where he wants to be.
The field is cover third, fine and square out. I think that square and that fine are out there because he's bowling around the wicket to the left-handers, wants to be able to go in at leg stump, but he should start by trying to go at off stump. If you're going to air, it's okay to air slightly outside off. You've got the protection. Invite both batters to take on the straight fielders.
It's battling here, Adam Lecky. Wickets to his name. Just lost a bit of rhythm in his 6th over. Needs to get out. Landed on a spot. Let Cato Stafford turn it round the corner for 1, perhaps, and get out your over.
It is something that happens when you bowl around the wicket. If it's not something you do too much, you can let go your front half of your action too early when you bowl the effort ball.
That's better. Through the Japanese captain. Play and a miss for Cato Stafford. End of the 34th. Japan 139 for 4.
139 runs, but note after the 2 overs, ladies and gentlemen, the run rate is on 4.09.
Well, over in Group C, Zimbabwe are in a spot of bother against Pakistan. 93 for 6 after 29. We're at the Takashunga Sports Club. Just over the way. West Indies versus South Africa. Nicely poised, 161 for 4 after 32. Pop across and see that once our stint is done here, Isabel Joyce.
Back into the game, South Africa. They were 90 for 1, West Indies, so a bit of a fight back from South Africa. And in that other game, 90 for 6, it was 50 for 5, so they did do a bit of a rebuild forward into the attack.
Really enjoyed watching Thomas Ford. Wholehearted cricketer. Tall man. Bowls right at the top of his action. Really high arm. Done well on a surface that offered assistance. And the quick bowlers have tried to get through their action and give it a bit of heat. He's into his 7th over. Tidy economy so far. Harry Hins once again throws the bat, beats the infield slightly more. Slightly less risk, I should say, than when he went over the head of Bruce Whaley a few overs ago. Ollie Riley not able to get a hand to it. Now, if you can go over Ollie Riley, you're probably doing okay. 6'7" Irish captain.
Well, that's why he's in that position. You want your tallest fielders on those straights if you've got them inside in the inner ring.
Heidi. Isabel Joyce, is there anyone that Thomas Ford particularly reminds you of? I think we've all been having our say at the back of the box. He's got an interesting action.
There is. I mean, at under-19 tournaments, men's or women's, you're always thinking, who is it that they look like? This is Tom Curran. For me, the approach.
Right. See plenty of that. Gather comes to the crease, that rhythmical run-up. It's a good spot.
Yeah, it's the kind of, it's the spine, the curved spine on the approach and the elbows going behind. Head well forward. Decent bowler to look like.
I think Ford's got a fair few inches on Tom Curran, so I'm worried about him bending over quite so much. Look after your back, young man. Through him. Cato Stafford played and missed twice in his last 5 balls.
This is a great example of why it's important to have different types of bowlers in your lineup. Taller, quicker, so Cato Stafford thinks I can go on the back foot here and play a pull shot, but over the wicket and across the left-hander means that pull shot just isn't on.
Different kind of bowler and different angle, as you say, over the wicket. Adam Leckie round it. They're all over him here. Straight up in the air. The captain takes the catch. Ollie Riley. Cato Stafford, his opposite number, has to go. Brilliant bowling from Tom Ford.
He went to the well again. Went for the pull shot again. It hadn't worked previously. Should have put it away, but instead it got big on him. Way late on that shot. Ollie Riley gets in a good position, wraps the hands around it, and Ireland, that's the breakthrough they wanted. Partnership of 68 is broken. The captain has to go for 24. Japan 140 for 5.
The next batsman, Bruce Wiley, here's number 8.
They're in a good mood, the Irish. Just got their 5th wicket. But this has been a good fight from Japan. I think this game is in a quite interesting point. Timothy Moore, the new batter in.
Yeah, missed the last game. Timothy Moore picked up 3 wickets in their opening game. That was a massive breakthrough for Ireland. See Timothy Moore's parents here supporting their star son. Really did miss in their second game. He's a good addition.
Right!
Well, Thomas Ford, it's a poor shot. I mentioned on a previous spell that Cato Stafford is trying to pull a lot of balls from quite a distance outside the off stump, which means you're going to have less control and always brings in the opportunity for a top edge. We've seen Charlie Harrahins, on the other hand, cut and slash those balls away. So, mistake by Cato Stafford. Played away. Can you know? The shortest man on the field, Robert O'Brien, couldn't quite haul it in.
Needed the captain there. But this one, he just lost his shape completely, ended up one-handed.
That's such a poor option from Charlie Harrahins, who has been playing really well. He's just lost his captain, the left-handed batter. Got to regroup. The last thing Japan wanted there was back-to-back wickets and 2 men 1-0. Big plus for Ireland here, Mel, is Leckie. Adam Leckie coming to the party. He built him up pre-tournament, actually, and rightly so, because he's an excellent cricketer, Adam Leckie, but he's had a quiet tournament so far, but he's that bustling seamer. The powerful batter, so take that confidence in from his bowling into his batting display later on.
Gets that one right up in the block hole. Just welcoming Moore to the crease. Yeah, it was certainly, he was one of the players that I was looking forward to seeing most in this Ireland side. Hard to deal with expectations. Yorker. So it's great to see him make his mark now in this tournament. 2 wickets, an important part of this Ireland bowling lineup. Leckie has 3! He is making his mark on this match today!
What a ball! Away swinging Yorker. Have a look at this ball move late. Swings away, full, feet nowhere. Adam Leckie, the multi-talented Adam Leckie. Huge, huge moment. Ireland have gone bang, bang, and now the boys in green are on top. Timothy Moore, back into the side, back into the sheds for a duck. 141 for 6.
The next batsman. Here's number 22. Skyline Akayama Cook.
Nakayama Cook, the newest batter in Japan, struggling. So, what a couple of Yorkers pulled out there by Adam Leckie. Last one to dismiss Moore. It's Ford, who's also been really impressive for Ireland. This has been a good performance from their bowlers.
Well, the groundsman said this morning definitely it's going to be faster, this pitch, and it has been. Wonderful bit of bowling. Adam Leckie has really stepped up today. Oh, with a nice bit of aggression. Have a look at this ball, just tail away at the last minute. It's a seed. You got a man who's just come to the crease. He's only faced 3 balls and the feet aren't going. No chance.
Yeah.
Well, back-to-back Yorkers as well. Leckie, we've seen him bend his back at times and send the ball short. A few times he's really got his line wrong and straight down the leg side. But 2 Yorkers, the first one, the tester, liked the look of it and he went again. The cry of "oh no," he knew as soon as he bowled it.
Yeah, we were chatting about the Yorker bowling ability of Adam Leckie. 2 balls on last over. That's the first one. Not far away. and then just straightens it up slightly. It's a great bit of bowling. So hard to execute that once, but he did it twice.
He's really testing him, isn't he? Just stuck in two minds there, whether to play or leave. Nakayama Cook played one game against Australia, didn't bat, so this is his first time.
Yeah, he kept wicket for the back end of that game, didn't he? And I thought he looked really good behind the stumps, Nakayama Cook. So promotion today, he batted number 11, was carded at number 11, didn't get an opportunity, so promotion today. It's amazing, Mel, how the game can just change in a blink of an eye. Not long ago, before myself and yourself came along, we're thinking Japan are well placed to get 240 with the partnership at 68, and all of a sudden you go bang bang, and now Ireland think, right, we can rattle Japan out here for maybe 180, 190. So as a fielding unit, all the boys and girls watching, when you're in the field in a game and you're up against it, always remember, just stick 2 wickets on that wicket column.
Well, bit messy all around there. Loose delivery, keeper unable to get across.
18 wides. It's been a common theme actually throughout this tournament, the amount of extras their sides are conceding. Australia have conceded 26 in their first game. They look rusty. I think they had 4 no balls in that. Can't afford to give away 18 wides.
Well, slaps that one, and it has the legs all the way. They are going to fight this Japan side. Brings up the 50 in swashbuckling fashion. 37 overs gone, Japan 151 for 6. Well, Charlie Harahins is the second Japan player to pass 50 in this tournament. Oh boy, Lecky is having a good little spell here.
Well, it was a very good half century, and that is his go-to area. He loves cutting, and he's not shy going up and over. I'd say it's a very well compiled 50 here for Charlie Harahins, but he has to cash in and kick on here. Really good innings, good cricketer. We've heard a lot about him, and now we're seeing exactly what the hype was all about. Got to get a slip in, Ollie Riley. Now's the time to attack. Attack the new man, Nakayama Cook, who didn't bat in the last game. He's been promoted from 11 to number 8. Get a slip in.
Interesting, the point you were bringing up in the last over, Nobby. Talking to quite a few of the people involved around the different teams, one thing that they will say consistently about the bowlers is the talent is there, but the consistency isn't. And it seems to be a common theme.
Interesting that been a common theme throughout our group anyway, in particular Group A, there has been lots of extras conceded. New conditions, used to climate, especially for the Ireland side, it's going to be difficult, but Phil Simmons was coaching Ireland. 6 extras was the most he was willing to concede in an innings. Phil Simmons, when he took over from Adrian Burrell, going back a few years now, 2007 he took over, Phil Simmons, but he would only allow 6 extras. That was his max that he would allow the fielding side to give up, excluding buys and leg buys, because sometimes there's not much you could do about them. So the wides and the no balls, 6. And that was our tally, and we had to stick to that as rigidly as we could. No balls were a no-no. Phil Simmons used to fine players if they bowled a no ball.
Big thick edge, where's that slip that Niall O'Brien has been calling for? An opportunity miss for Ireland. 38 overs gone. Japan 157 for 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, after facing 38 overs, ladies and gentlemen, 157 for Japan. First innings.
Well, what kind of target can Japan set for Ireland? Back admirably. They've been on the back foot as we see a change in bowler Wilson coming back. Really like what I've seen from Ruben Wilson, particularly in the last couple of games. He's grown in confidence.
Well, crying out for a slip fielder, we didn't get one, and it would have been gobbled up. It would have been straight to that first slip, chest high. Ollie Riley is generally captained aggressively in this tournament. He hasn't been afraid to get catchers in play, and he's probably just ruining that mishap. Wilson back in. Now, how aggressive will Charlie Harrahins be, or will he just give Wilson a little bit of respect here?
Controls the pull. Really is a big responsibility now for Harrahins. He's set. He's only the second player after Tani Kelly to pass 50. Tani Kelly did it twice and then got past 100. So now Harrahins has to follow his example. It's a great thing about this format, Nobby, that there is time. There's time to rebuild. There's time to fight back.
Well, no slip in place. 6 men inside saving a single, but no slip. Got to get a slip in. Ollie Riley has to get a slip in, and the wicketkeeper must communicate with his captain. Freddie Ogilvie has to have a word with the captain and say, Skip, I'm in the game here as a keeper. Give me someone at first slip, even if it's a bit of a floating 1.5 or second. As long as Charlie Harrahins is off striker, Ireland have the opportunity to close this innings out.
Again, the edge. Where's the slip? It's the second time we've seen that happen in 2 overs, and a boundary the result each time.
I think this one was slightly wider than a regulation first. It may well have been 1.5 to 2. would have been away from, but the point is still valid. I think, all due respect to Nakayama Cook, but everything is going behind square. 2 full-blooded drives, thick outside edge.
Where would you pull a fielder from? No, Nobby, if you were setting this field.
Well, you don't need 6 men saving a single. For a bloke who hasn't batted before today and batted number 11 the last game, you do not need 6 men saving single. They had 6 men, they just dropped deep cover out now. I don't think you need a deep cover. I could have just had the extra cover fielder could have gone into slip and have a ring field, but Riley dropping the sweeper back now for the last ball.
39 overs gone. Japan 162 for 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 39 overs, Japan on IRE 62 for 6. The temperature in the capital today, ladies and gentlemen, is 31 degrees Celsius.
Well, there have been contributions from Tani Kelly, Palmer and Cato Stafford, but this all hinges on Harahins, you feel, at the moment.
Well, this is an interesting call. Hazlitt, the leg spinner, back into the attack. Harahins is a good player of spin bowling and hits powerfully in that slog sweep region, so it's a deep backward square and a deep mid wicket and a long on in play.
He gets underneath that one. Terrific shot, goes straight down the throat. He can't believe it. It was one of the cleaner balls he'd struck. And just as everything was hinging on Harahins, he's gone.
James West in the deep. Ollie Riley ringing the changes. Backing the leg spinner. And Charlie Harahins, I thought he might have a dip, he did. Perishes for 57, 162 for 7.
Well, they're dancing the Irish jig here at Windhoek. Teams on top. And the DJ has to get a big hat tip from us as well. He's been right on it here, he or she. Ollie Riley made the change, brought Hazlitt into bowl. Paid his captain back by taking wicket of Charlie Harahins. His brother replaces him now, younger brother, one of the twins alongside Monty.
Sammy, Ollie, Snip. Snip. More!
Well, here you go, down the track he came, used the feet, and in the end, the pretty straightforward catch by West did well. And a great shout bringing in Hazlitt. That was uppish as well. Had a little bit of a giggle there because I could hit it before because I could hear Ogilvie.
Come on, General.
Ogilvie, the keeper, asking for a slip. You're in their heads, Niall O'Brien.
Good slip. No?
Well, a big play and a miss. Plenty going on in front of Freddie Ogilvy's mind there. Now Edge giving us runs, so I think a very healthy Edge. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, decent, and he's right. The keeper said, "Ollie's a number 9. Surely we need a slip," and he's right. Keeper's always right.
And a misfield now. Costly. First boundary for Harrow Hinds.
West, the fielder. James West, he should have mopped this up. It was tumbling away to his left. It's the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Another one gets away from Ireland.
Wicket in the over for Hazlitt. 40 gone. Japan 168 for 7.
Score is 168 for 7. The run rate is only 1.2.
Last 10 overs of the innings means the start of the third power play. Extra fielder able to drop out. 5 in total. A well-executed Yorker. We've seen a few good Yorkers.
On the last over, Gabby Harrow-Hinds just dinks one to cover. Have a look at this. Now then, there's no prizes for guessing who that looked like, but really did enjoy that.
Marnus Labuschagne? No, very, very Steve Smith that was.
Got a great 100 a few days ago, Steve Smith. The big bash for the Sixers. Controversial moment when he turned down a single to Babar Azam and then smashed, I think, 32 off the next over.
Well then, in the next game, the Sixers' next game against the Scorchers, he was out. Terrific battle between him and Marley Beardman, who was player of the match in the final of this tournament 2 years ago. Took 3 wickets in that game. Just manages to thread the gap. Quite got the legs to get all the way, but it was a nice looking shot. Waited for it.
Too full from Ruben Wilson. Nicely executed square drive. You see a lot of the Japan batters, they drive the ball very square. Using the hands, using the pace of the ball, just guiding it through that vacant region. Holds the bat very low. Nakayama Cook really gripping the bat at the bottom of the handle.
Yeah, one.
You know what, he scored quite a few runs off the outside edge of the bat as well.
That one was deliberate from Nakayama Cook. He opened the blade. Just have a look at the grip. Now then, that is as low as you'll ever see. And what that means, Melly, he's got great control over the blade, but he will generally hit the ball a lot squarer because he can use his wrists. Won't hit that much down the ground. You see people holding the bat a little bit higher, they'll access the ground straight down the ground a bit more. So square the wicket player.
Yeah.
Harrow Hinds using the vacant gully region.
I think it's important here for Ireland to not just go through the motions for the last 10 overs and just accept that they're going to bowl for 50 overs. I think Ireland need to try and bowl Japan out here, because if Japan can bat the 50 overs and get another 40 runs, something around that 210 mark, 215, won't be easy to chase. Japan have a varied attack and plenty of spin options as well. Ireland historically would play pace better than they would play spin.
Well, that's the old distraction appeal. We'll put our hands up and hopefully the umpire won't notice it's wide.
20th extra. How crucial will that be at the back end of this game? Later on in the post-match presentation, is that number on your screen, 20 extras, going to come back to haunt Ireland? Too many.
Nine overs remaining in the innings. What can Japan get to? They're 173 for 7.
Put your hands down, ladies and gentlemen. The score is 173. What's the run rate is on 12.50.
Need some shots here.
This has been a big plus for Ireland today. Samuel Hazlitt. Considering that Ireland in their last match did not bowl 1 over of spin, today Sam Hazlitt comes in and he takes his first 2 World Cup wickets in this under-19 tournament. 2 for 25, and he's just starting his 8th over.
Just attacking a little bit as well, which I like, mid-wicket coming inside the ring.
You're going to get that. A young, inexperienced wrist spinner is going to drag the occasional ball down, and occasionally it gets a wicket, as he has done in this game.
I think as well it's about the pace that you bowled at. That came on to Nakayama Cook pretty quickly, so I couldn't get the full swing through.
Yeah, one.
Well, the run rate has certainly increased for Japan, but they've lost the wickets as well. Been a keenly fought contest. It's really on a knife edge, this. Launch this straight back over the bowler's head. It's a great shot. 6 all the way.
We've been impressed by Gabby Harahins. I think he's been given limited opportunity in general, but in at number 9, this is a very, very good shot for a number 9. Mid-off and mid-on inside the ring. His nickname is the Finisher. We're getting to see why.
Well, his pals call him the Finisher. And with shots like that, you can understand why.
Catch it! Catch it!
It's bravely bowled by Sam Hazlitt. Again, having been belted for 6, he tosses the next one up. 42 gone, 182 for 7. Adam Leckie Power play 3, the overs from 41 to the finish, no more than 5 fielders outside 30-yard circle permitted. Adam Leckie, full of energy, looking for that Yorker, looking to bowl it full. 3 for 31. So, bowling options left. Ruben Wilson has got 2 overs left. We're now starting the 43rd over. So Ollie Riley, let's just have a look at that. You see, Ruben Wilson has got 2 overs left. The skipper himself has got 4. Leckie himself now, this one and 1 more.
Well, just as you were talking about that, Wilco, Ollie Riley was warming up an extra cover. So it looks like he's going to probably replace the leg spinner the next over. He's got 4. I don't think we'll see him bowl 4 through if Japan manage to bat to the 50th. You're going to have Ruben Wilson probably finishing out from the south end. Then you've also got Tom Ford. He should bowl again.
That's a great shot again. That's going to go through that extra cover area, and it's 4. Well, Gabriel Harahins is dangerous, and Ireland need to stifle this threat because it's going to be a bigger total than they want to chase.
It's got good bat speed, very, very good hands. So if you miss that length at all, like this, the bottom hand whips through. That's what gives him his power. He's not a tall man, but he's attacking.
No.
21 wides, 20 wides, 21 extras. My goodness, you're looking at 3.5 more overs that Ireland would have stayed out in the field, and Ireland giving to Japan. So this is a dangerous partnership right here. It's 25 from 22.
You don't usually get finishers coming in at number 9. They're 6, 7. But I think Gabby Harahins is making a play for moving up the order. He's making a very good case. We'll just have a little bit of a pause because Freddie Ogilvie caught that on the chin. It's so difficult as a keeper. It's bouncing in front of you. That's Darren Nicholl, the Ireland physio, checking out the chin area. There are other wicketkeepers in the side that could come in if needs be. Yeah, wide down leg. He's had to move the feet well. And there, extra little bit of bounce up off the gloves and into the chin. But he's okay. He's back out there, not giving up the gloves that easily. He's saying to his teammates.
His mum would be worried right now. That's my boy there. Concentrate here now. Adam Leckie's got this over, 3 more balls of this over and 1 to go from him. Right about the bat speed from Gabriel Harahins, and he's becoming a real nuisance here for Ireland. On to 23 from 14. That's a strike rate of 164.
2 4s in exactly the same fashion, gives himself room. Ollie Riley's tight in the ring at extra cover. I think you see a batter on the march like this, get right on the ring. He's going to give you opportunities. Slower delivery as well. Does he have that up his sleeve, Adam Leckie?
I think he's going to get 4 more here as well. He is very dangerous. Gabriel Harahins very swiftly on to 27 with his 4th 4, and he's got a 6 in there as well.
Well, don't respect this batsman at your peril. It's been the wrong plan down the pitch because he sees that mid-off is inside the ring. Adam Leckie digs it in, and all of the Harahins are good 3-point. Very good when given with.
That's better, full and straight. 43 gone, 7 to go. Japan 195 for 7.
After an entertaining for 3 overs, ladies and gentlemen, was scored 195 for 7. Run rate is 4.53.
Just quite a difficult scenario here now. But the skipper's got it in his hands, the responsibility.
Yeah,
Yama Cook is the, well, you'd say he's the junior partner in this partnership, which is dangerously for Ireland. 33 from 26. Lecky was just carted for a couple of 4s, and he's got 1 more to go.
A bit of a thinking for Ollie Riley to do while he's bowling us overs. Who's going to bowl the next over? Definitely something I used to find difficult in 50-over cricket, in particular captaining, when you're bowling and you're having to ask someone to warm up down the other end. Ollie Riley, of course, has a very long run-up, so he's plenty of time to think on the way back. Mine, not so much, so he's got that over me.
And the other thing is he surveys everything from such a height. It's all under his nose. Yeah, he needs the support of his team here. A flick down to fine leg, and it's put down. Dijkstra, the fielder.
The ball following Seb Dijkstra, he put one down earlier in the piece, and it's coming out of a cloudy sky now. Once again, just didn't get the feet organised. Got in the right place, just closed the hands too soon. Ollie Riley having to try and hide his displeasure.
Oh, no.
Well, how costly is that now going to prove? Because Gabriel Harahins is right now proving a very significant thorn in the flesh for Ireland. Sebastian Dijkstra. Look at the skipper. It's brutally hot out there.
Yeah, one.
He's going to get an edged 4. Here is he. No. Tom Ford. Everyone's got to be on their best here now in these closing overs, because Ireland don't want Japan to get around the 240, 250. And they can easily do that with Gabriel Harahins here in this mood.
And Charlie Harahins was dropped on 16. That was the other drop from Seb Dijkstra. So unfortunately, there has been damage.
No!
Bob Old skipper really setting the tone. Ollie Riley, 198 for 7, 6 to go.
The score is 198 for 7. The run rate is 4.5.
Well, this Group A, we've had some intriguing, enthralling cricket. Sri Lanka and Australia, the 2 heavyweight sides who've qualified. And this match now, Ireland-Japan, the winner of this match secures 3rd place and a place in the Super Sixes. Tom Ford.
I'm a big fan of the Super 6 format, where, yes, whoever out of these 2 goes through in 3rd, whoever goes through, they don't carry any points. So, truth be told, you're not getting through to the latter stages. But what you do get is games against teams in another group, valuable experience. So 16 teams, 4 groups of 4, and you'll get 3 teams going through from each. But if you don't carry points through, it's really a learning experience. And what it means as well, across the way, is it's such a huge fixture between South Africa and West Indies. You bring your points through against the teams who travel through with you. So South Africa, for example, beat West Indies. They take 4 points, and West Indies, well, they've got it all to do with only 2 points going through to the next phase. So if you're looking for semi-final berth, you want to win all of your group matches.
It's a shot that was not under control. Tom Ford, he's been a big plus. He's been a hard-working cricketer for Ireland. He was shattered. The last time he could barely walk at the end of his 10 overs. Could have done with a little one of those golf carts to take him out, back to the dressing room. .200 up for Japan, and this is going to be a 5 overs from here. I think that Gabriel Harahins here could be flying that Japanese flag very dangerously for Ireland. He's already in the groove. He's got 30 from 19, strike rate 157. Going to be safe. It's going to land safely, and it won't be for Dijkstra, the man who put him down.
Good desperation, that. Excellent technique as well, running back towards the boundary. A slower delivery that just sat up, I think, but yeah, keep your feet back. That's the key before you tap it back in. Came back for 2.
Top edge again. Chancing his arm at everything here. 45 gone, 5 overs to go here. 204 for 7, Japan.
After 5 overs, the run rate is 4.53.
So the partnership there was one partnership in the middle, Charlie Harahins and Cato Stafford, the skipper, 68. Ollie Riley. I really feel it could be an overthrow here. No, there won't. Marco Bates is the man who tidies up. So I feel that Ollie Riley's got to set the tone here. He's got 3 overs to bowl here for his country. And I just think with his height, Izzy, I think with his height, the bounce he gets, he's going to be troublesome.
It's also the angle that he bowls into right-hander. Both these batters, when you consider how tall Ollie Riley is, they're on the shorter side. So when that's the case, if you've got someone who's bowling that length from that height in at your hip, very tough to get a pull shot away. There is a man at square and at fine. So he's going to bowl it into the surface, mid-on inside the ring for Nakayama Cook. He wants to keep him on strike if he possibly can.
Going to go too wide. Ollie Riley, where he's dangerous is that he can tuck the ball into the rib area. I think they might just change this now with 3 balls to finish this 46 over. So one of the Ireland players has gone out to deep mid-wicket. Will there be a change of pace here from Ollie Riley? I think there was. Freddie Ogilvie can't collect the ball. Everyone's got to be on their toes for Ireland in these closing overs.
I'm always wondering this these days. Has the bowler signalled to the keeper that he's bowling a slower delivery? Now, the signal was there that the fielder was sent out. But Freddie Ogilvie, the captain's showing things are fraying out there. Ireland feel they're letting this slip away. If the captain can get the breakthrough, they'll claw it back.
Flat batted. Dangerous. Gabriel Harahins is dangerous. This is a hemorrhage of boundaries. They really got to stop this, Ireland, otherwise it's going to get out of their reach.
Brilliant reading of the situation. Saw where the gaps were, mid-off, mid-on. And it's almost like he's gone through, right, if it's short, this is the shot I'm going to play. If it's floated up, I'm going to take them on as well.
Flatters the stumps. I tell you, he's very unorthodox. Harahins, the G1. 210 for 7, 4 to go.
After 16 entertaining overs, ladies and gentlemen, the score is 210 for 7. The run rate is on 4.56. It's a partnership between Nakayama Cook and Hara Hinayuze on 48 or 41.
Skylar Nakayama Cook, 15 from 29. He's the quieter of the two. Ruben Wilson now comes on for the 47th over. He's got 2 to go, and it looks like it's going to be Wilson and Riley to finish for Ireland. This man has played 3 ICC Under-19 World Cups. Skylar Nakayama Cook here, probably in his mind, yes, if I can smack a boundary, great. If not, I'll get Gabriel down the other end.
Oh my God.
Great change of pace.
Hi, my name is Ruben Wilson. I'm a fast bowler, and my favourite player is Kagiso Rabada. And my favourite delivery is an away swinger.
Well, if he can bowl like Kagiso Rabada here in the last 4 overs, he's doing his side a world of good. And he has bowled some outstanding away swingers. That's his favourite delivery. It's a very good and a very effective stroke from Nakayama Cook. He just stood still and almost premeditatedly hit it over deep mid-wicket.
I was just about to praise Ruben Wilson's skills, but this isn't the delivery that his field is set for. Mid-off inside the ring. Mid-wicket's quite square. He's got a deep point and a deep cover. There's a huge gap between a short third and extra cover.
Again, it's that right hand. Rob O'Brien, the fielder, had to make up a lot of ground to get there.
Well, he's a very good catcher of a cricket ball, Rob O'Brien, but he isn't the quickest in the team. Probably need to have your fastest man out there, because a couple of extra paces and that's out. They desperately need a breakthrough here, Ireland, as this innings is getting away from them fast.
Partnership now 54 from 46. The kind of bat swing that you're watching Nakayama Cook, you're thinking that he's hitting it out towards extra, and yet the bottom hand comes in so late and it ends up on the leg side. The danger man is this here, Gabriel Harahins. And he is so unorthodox. He's strong and he's flat batted, he's vertically batted, he's got everything.
The field's third fine up and mid-off is up as well, so that's where he'll be eyeing. Clear the front leg and try and get it over the tall man at mid-off. Don't think he was expecting that delivery, but it was certainly the area he was aiming for. And if you're Ollie Riley in mid-off, do you know who used to be brilliant at this? Kevin O'Brien. He'd start at mid-off, and as soon as the ball's even thinking about leaving the bowler's hand, he's running backwards. So he'd take a catch from mid-off on the boundary rope.
Kevin O'Brien, who's coaching Italy. Okay, leg by, that's okay. It's a decent finish to the over. 3 overs to go here. It's 218 for 7.
Score is 218 for 7. The run rate is on 4.64.
Gabriel Harrahins, the twin of Monty Harrahins, and it's Charlie who's the eldest of the 3. Right, Oliver Riley, Gabriel on strike. It's another edge, it's another edge, and it's safe. Rob O'Brien. Surely one of these edges is going to fall into a pair of hands at some stage.
It feels like he either makes full contact and it sails, or he gets absolutely nothing and it falls in a great area kind of between the boundary and the ring. O'Brien's been pretty close on a couple of occasions the last few, but there are only a few times you get these opportunities. He's taking the chance. Once more, it doesn't come off clean. Sails away though. He's riding his luck. It's all going the way of Gabby Harrahins.
Smiles on the Japan fans and families. Well, he's wielding his cricket bat like a samurai sword at the moment, and it's cutting Ireland to pieces. He really is dangerous. And I know there's an element of luck to it, Izzy. I know there is, of course there is, but he seems to know. This time, surely. This time, yes. Marco Bates with the catch, but what an innings from Gabriel Harrahins.
Have we just seen a game changer in action the last half an hour or so? Came to the crease, it was 162 for 7. Ollie Riley bowling at an excellent length, and Marco Bates, well, he was handling that like it was fine china. Didn't want to put that one down. He survived an early chance, but now before reaching his half century, a brilliant innings from a star of the future, no doubt. Gabby Harrahins, held your head high. 44 from 29, Japan, 224 for 8.
The next batsman is Colin Armstrong, just number 2.
Ryuki Ozeki. Well, I love the way that Isabel Joyce described this. He held that like a piece of fine china, because if he had dropped it, it would have been costly. Very. Well done, Izzy. Love that.
I always say when you're catching, no matter what it is, you have to be desperate for it not. It doesn't matter how it looks when you've taken it. got to be desperate to hang on in any way you can. How often do you see it, the slow motion, it looks like it's been held between two thumbs, or it's an ice cream cone at the top?
And he would have been, look at his mouth. His mouth is wide open. It could have swallowed it. And there was just a nervous moment. And even with the shake of the head. Well done.
Muckamore, they'll all be cheering in Muckamore after that catch.
Looking for the Yorker. Ozeki. Oh no, there's going to be another run. No, there won't. Ireland backing up well. 2 overs to go. Japan 2:27 for 8.
8 overs, ladies and gentlemen, now. Our score is 227 for 8. The run rate is at 4.73.
Such dangerous runs down the order from Gabriel Harahins, 44 from 29. Remember, Japan were 162 for 7. 162 for 7, now 227 for 8, with 2 overs to go. Ryuki Ozeki, well, he looks about 6 stone soaking wet, doesn't he? But, I mean, doesn't matter. These guys fighting for their place in the Super Sixes.
Something you really notice from that batting card is that Japan are a team who are coming in with limited experience. Do they know their best batting lineup? And the brilliant thing that does for a team is when you're batting between 6 and 11, if you think you're in the wrong spot, you've got a great opportunity to say to the coaching staff, hey, I should be pushed up there. And the pressure is on the top order to keep their spaces.
Well, Gabriel Harahins, Gabby, the finisher, he's done that today. He went in at 9. Right, Ruben Wilson, he's got the responsibility to finish this.
Oh, no.
Don't want to be bowling extra deliveries. Gabby Harahins, very dangerous.
Particularly good down the ground. It clearly wants to take the game on. A clever cricket brain figures out what the plan is of the bowler and comes up with an option against it. Never know the temperament of a player until you see them in pressure situations. Can you live up to the pressure? He was like a diamond, he really did.
Gonna get 2. Every single run right now will add a little bit of a headache for Ireland. They really don't want to be chasing 245 here. 230 for 8.
I'm not sure about this field from Ruben Wilson. It's a tough field to bowl to. Third is quite fine on the boundary, and then he's got everyone out in the leg side.
It's going to be 2 here, at least 2. Tom Ford, the fielder.
Yeah, for me, I think just drop cover, bring one of the guys on the leg side up, and then it gives you your point can go a bit more backwards. That's probably not even a single if you've got cover out. Mid off and mid on can go square to the lower order batters because they're unlikely to hit him straight down the ground. I just don't think the angles are right here. Freddie Ogilvie needs to talk to his fielders, get extra cover square or mid off as well.
Yeah, 4 fielders on the leg side boundary.
Yeah. Tail enders as well in general, if you're going to have a strength and you're trying to score boundaries, it's going to be leg sides. It's like feeding the strength of the bottom order of Japan here. And I understand as a bowling unit you practice bowling at the death and and you have your plans in place. But I think Golly Riley and Reuben Wilson, the captain and vice captain right now chatting, should say, right, how can we go for no more than one a ball? And I just think that cover fielder out and changing the line would be the way.
That has gone all the way. That has gone onto those grassy banks for 6. These are dangerous runs against Ireland.
Kabi Harahins was dismissed in the last over, and Nakayama Cook, well, he was pretty quiet up until now. He's taken up the mantle. Short into the head, and at this point in the game, you're just going to take that on every time. Field is in off the rope. Sails over his head, and 6 valuable late runs for Japan.
Well, you know that baseball is a game in Japan they play a lot. See some of the almost baseball shots that we're seeing from a number of these Japanese batters. 1 more over to go. Japan 240 for 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, after an entertaining 29th over, ladies and gentlemen, the score is 240 for 8. The runner is in 4-point down.
One more over to go here, and Japan have batted with so much resolve. It's been a tenacious rear guard from 162 for 7. Last over. Ball him. Well done, the skipper, Ollie Riley. Well, the old adage goes, you bowl straight, if they miss, you will hit. And that sticks here.
Went to the same shot, and it was a slower delivery. I think it was the knuckleball. We'll have to get a little look at that, but he's played fantastically. Skylar Nakayama Cook, well done to him as well. 30 from 37. That's 6, the highlight, with 5 overs to go in the innings. Japan 240 for 9.
Nine down, Japan 240 for 9. Kai Wall is the last player in for Japan.
Well, what kind of slower delivery was this? We'll have a closer look. Yeah, the knuckleball. Brilliantly executed, because we couldn't see it from up here. If we can't see it, we've got even better view than as a batter. You can't see it. Lovely to see his reception from his teammates, their appreciation.
Absolutely, not sure that he'd like being smashed on the head. Come on now, Ollie, you can finish this. But no, it was a fantastic innings by Nakayama Cook. 30 runs, 30 quick runs, 240. Ooh.
Well, when you get your first wicket in an Australian team, you get your hair all messed up, all gussied up. They love to whack you in the head then. So obviously continuing the tradition. So many of the Japanese team based in Australia. Pull straight, they'll take him on. Just wrong-footed there, Marco Bates. I think it is an extra. A wry smile. It's hit something here and gone to the sides. He's actually done excellently well, almost did the splits.
Well, these are additional runs that will compound the complexity of the chase for Ireland.
That's 2 balls into where poor old Marco Bates has had the square just do him dirty. First one it's spun past him on the left, that one it's hit some footmarks and gone shot over his head.
Final ball. Ozeki on strike. Again, it's that baseball. Oh, no, no, no. That is horribly sloppy. Adam Leckie, of all the cricketers in this Ireland under-19 team, commits a cardinal error. Final ball, and Japan finish 247 for 9 in their 50 overs, having been 162 for 7. This has been a magnificent effort by Japan. They've got the runs on the board. Can they defend it? Can Ireland get over the line? This is going to be some reply.
It's almost like the back end of this innings has been encompassed in that one delivery. Part of it pretty good from Ireland, but then the fielding just letting them down. And I'm lucky thinking about the throw before he had the ball in his hand. And Ireland have to very, very quickly pick themselves back up after some ordinary fielding, truth be told. The field placement as well hasn't been the best. There's the coaching staff just trying to lift the players as they come off, where they'll feel very disappointed that they maybe let that innings, and not necessarily the game, slip.
It's another hot day in Windhoek, and an innings from Japan that got off to a good start. Then they lost a couple of wickets, and then we had some mid-order partnerships. Charlie Hurricanes, 57. Haddo Stafford, the skipper,